smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
And so the Bears are sending their compensatory fourth-round pick to Jacksonville for Nick Foles.
Keeping it 100. The people drop off, but we still run rockin'.
I know we need to run the ball more. I'm not an idiot.
Keeping it 100. Keeping it 100. Keeping it 100, baby.
Open competition.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Chicago Bears select Cole Kmet.
Guess who's back? The two dudes that kept it real. The dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man and Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keeping it 100, never running east or west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the freaking anchor, moving forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shayne's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shayne got some haters. But now they're moused up like the Jew and now and laters. Debaters, claws get kicked like Coach Tabor. Cuts had to be made, we added a barber moderator. Up and down, boys got you double checking. Sad sacks strolling like a fool drunk texting. Flexing on the truth cause you know they'll never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Shayne. 100's what we do when we're breaking down the Bears. Fuck a play or a captain, all of the uncared. The tape never lies, the truth you see. We analyze so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a sad nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Car crash, big impact like Max Sack. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest man and Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun dip. We're back better than ever and we're keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keep it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100.
The following show is for mature audiences only. Tri-City Sports.
I'm telling you, this game of football is determined by determination, pride, and the love of the game.
One of the biggest media markets in the fucking world. And they don't have an NFL caliber offense. It's pathetic. And that's what this NFL is set up for nowadays.
Big plays are nice. They're good.
It's set up to score points. They're almost handing you every fucking advantage in the book to put points.
The tape never lies.
Yo, where's Claudio? What's up, everybody? Thanksgiving Eve. We are here. I don't know that we're happy to be here because we started at 5-1 and now you're 5-5. You see,
No, we're not on a 4-game losing streak. We're not on a 4-game losing
the
streak.
whole coaching staff is like filthy politicians. I mean,
Yeah.
when I was putting that together, Shayne, because that's from his presser on Monday. Obviously, we have today's stuff to talk about, but
Today's is even worse.
exactly. Just when you think you can't get worse. It's like, I'm wearing the shirt, the Monsters of the Midway. You keep it real.
That's why I wore a Bulls hat tonight.
Oh, you always have never take Shayne for granted, guys. He always has a subtle message within his. Within his thing. We had a great week of
What's the subtle message tonight, Phil?
Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
I appreciate it. I put that intro together I wanted people to see the reality of what you're seeing daily becomes a minutia of manipulation, I'm calling it. A minutia of manipulation. It's like football is such a beautiful game. It's physical, it's emotional, it's chess, and it's also like gladiators at the same time. You incorporate everything, having philosophical ideas as well as fundamental ideas that you're going to apply. And with this, we are getting the muskrats of the Midway. Exactly. We're getting manipulation, minutia, the same bullshit. I mean, today, and I know we're going to talk about it, I cut it up just for the show. I didn't intend to do any more producing, but then I saw the shoe salesman come out. And he just is tiptoeing around the truth like some sort of strategic advantage is going to be gained. It's like,
yeah,
just be you, like you fucking said.
Can you imagine in Lambeau right now? Like I said, we talked about it before. I'm sure they're just sitting back and, oh no, Mitch might play. We're fucked. Oh no, it's Foles. He knows the offense. We're fucked.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Holy shit, Nick really knows the 2.02 offense.
Yeah,
we're gonna fucking get in our fuck. How are we gonna scheme these guys? How are we gonna stop them? It's like, shut the fuck up and fucking be a man and a leader. It's so easy for me. Like I told Shane, this is definitely ending. Obviously, listen, I'm telling you right now, this is a boxing match. This is the heavyweight championship of coach. Your job is on the line. I don't give a fuck what anybody's going to tell you. If they lose, Nagy's done. I don't know that he'll be done on the Monday after the game because it's a Sunday night game, but he's done. There's too many people I know in this league that are telling me the same shit. That McCaskies aren't happy, that the situation's out of control, that, I'm sorry. I'm giving fucking credit to this network because we don't have a guest on and tiptoe around the guest. If the person sucks, we will confront it. We'll confront it right there, And that's really what we have to do here with this coach because unfortunately, Shane and I say unfortunately because I want to be wrong about this. But we've been calling out this coach where it matters. Not with PFF scores and a newspaper article, but with the tape that you guys all see and watch every week. You see it. Now everybody's jumping in. Now all of a sudden it's cool. I don't want to be a Matt Nagy hater. I don't want to be a Charles Leno hater. I'm none of those things. I cheer for the jersey. I don't cherry pick. I call it what it is. You are who the tape says you are. You are who your record is. Those are the things. And when you're up there selling shoes and you're talking ass backwards, you got better back pedal than Kyle Fuller, we got issues as a coach. Because what I saw today, on top of what I put together, I mean, that was 2 questions. And I'm like, JJ Stankovitz made him.
Yeah.
He goes, that was a pretty good. I texted JJ. I go, that was a pretty good question. I go, no, that was a fucking great question. That's why he had such a hard time answering it. I really think that tonight, obviously, Thanksgiving Eve has importance for me, Shane. You want to know why?
Go ahead.
Because I saw this beautiful woman across the way, and it was on that night that we took our first picture together, and that set the course of my now wife and our marriage. It was Thanksgiving Eve. I don't know what you guys do in your town or where your city or wherever you're from, but in our town, Thanksgiving, everyone comes back from college, everybody's out drinking, there's bar crawls. There's people walking around.
Not us anymore, Phil.
No more. Kids are like, what is that? We got masks on. We can't do anything. But back in the day, Shane, almost 10 years, 11, 12 years, 14 years. I'm sorry.
We're old.
That's when we met. And let's think about me, my career, my life. Every Thanksgiving, you would be getting up, and that was your rivalry game. So the night before Thanksgiving was a time we addressed the seniors. We would address the seniors in high school, that their careers would be ending. And this would be your last game. You're playing your rivalry in our town. It was Sheehan High School. And that's what this represents for me, football, you know? And Thanksgiving and football is completely different. And we don't have a script here. We keep it real. We talk about the Bears, but we also talk about life. And for me, it's disappointing. It's hard for me. I know Shane and I were talking beforehand. It's, you know, I can't see my dad and my mom for the first time for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So it's really tough. So Shane and I were debating last week, are we going to do a show Wednesday night? That's why there's no Claudio, because he said, I'm not fucking doing no show.
I don't care about the fans.
He pulled a Greg Braggs. I'm going to put these bricks up and make...
You notice Claude's not even in the chat room supporting us.
He's not. But you guys are, and we did this for you guys because we're going to bring on a lot of surprises tonight. We're not going to do the full show tonight. This is Packers Bears week. As much as I'm trying to get Shane hyped up for this, he's feeling down. And if you are feeling down and disappointed in this fucking football team, we're going to get into it with you and your questions to kick off this show. Throw the questions in there. Coach, whatever it is, throw them up there. Me and Shane are going to look at them. Coach Ottochian is perfectly fine. We're just being safe because of the COVID. There's been situations here in Connecticut with the COVID level. I'm sure everybody's dealing with this.
Phil and I realized we should have did the Friendsgiving together today when we were talking.
I couldn't believe it. I even said to Steph, that's how close you are. No worries, Kevin. We're here for you guys, seriously. Patrons and saints, fans, fanatics, lovers of the tape never lies. I want to know, are you guys ready? Are you hyped up for Bears Packers? I'm going to say this real quick, Shane. I'm going to isolate on me. Okay? Bears Packers, to me, has always been something of a mystique because rivalry and football are my life. So they walk hand to hand. They go hand to hand. So this case, this game, I hate the darlings of the NFL. You saw them against the Colts. I've never seen a drive, Shane, where there was 4 or 5 holding penalties against the team that's trying to run out the clock and doing it. It was incredible. You saw it, the pass interference. We've documented, Shane has documented the amount of breaks the Packers get. So now you're going to go play the Packers. You're going to play them on Sunday night in front of the nation. And oh, by the way, the curtain's opening like the WWE. And here comes Mitch Trubisky walking out. And he's going to be your starting quarterback. Yep, he's going to be. I felt that this afternoon, and I know news is breaking. That's what's going to happen. So you have those things on your deck, on your chessboard. You got the rivalry. You got going there. You got Sunday Night Football. You got the nation, the end of the weekend. You got it all. You got Mitch returning, and you got the charter franchise against your dreaded rival. This is what football is about. This is what planning and game planning and preparation and fundamentals and all of the things you work so hard for to be at that level as a professional you get to be in front of the nation against your rivals. How this team plays, Shane, is the resume, is the impetus of this football coach. Because you could talk all the shit you want in front of JJ and Kevin Fishbane and my boy Mark Grody and so forth and so on. But what happens on the football field is so much different than shaking hands and patting Khalil Mack on the back in the locker room. That's not where a coach wins. A coach wins against a rival. A coach wins in the biggest moments, and there's none bigger. This is his career on the line against Green Bay. That's why I'm hyped up for it, Shane. I hope, is my speech getting you hyped? Bring you back in here. I'm trying.
And that's called perfect timing.
I got my answer. I know I see.
No, I
people
do. You know that I live and die with this team, man.
I know
but
you do. But did I get you a little fire in the belly?
No, the closer we get to game time, I'll get there. It's just I'm so overall disappointed in this entire franchise. It doesn't even really have anything to do with Matt Nagy or Ryan Pace or anybody like that. It's everything above that, and that. What gets me down, what bothers me so much is that, Phil, we know how that's going to change. It's not going to change until Mrs. McCaskey takes a dirt nap. And I know that sounds horrible and talking about that on Thanksgiving, but
oh, Jesus Christ.
It's just the way that it is. This team, this franchise overall is a rudderless ship. It really, really is. They're still out. Matt Nagy's out there. Guys, we're going to keep this honest. You know, this quarterback competition, it's going to be honest. We want you guys involved. Yep. They can't even fucking come out today when you're 5-5, dropping 4 games in a row and just say, yeah, guys, it's time to make the switch back. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. But Mitch is different now. Mitch is different now. He's a better quarterback. You know, he knows what he's got to do to make himself No, that means you were doing a shitty fucking job getting him prepared before, asshole. That's how that works. You're a fucking bad head coach. Plain and simple. That shit's not going to change. You hear the rumor that it's going to be Matt Nagy go and Ryan Pace launched. Hey, that's great. That's fine. Is there still an issue with Ryan Pace? Yeah, there's a fucking big one. There's a real big one. Then you're extending the inevitable.
Pause there. So let's play gun to our head, or do we want to wait for guests to play that? Because we can ask the guests. I want to get your answer.
He looks like he's got his hair done. He's got a perm going. Everything. He's all ready.
We got our first guest tonight's coming up in the bullpen. I could see him. That's how you do it. You check in, we hear you, and then you know. But I want to ask you this question before we bring our first surprise guest in. Gun to your head. If you had to choose, one had to go. One is going to stay. Pace, Matt Nagy. Which one?
I am not bringing in a new GM and hindering him with a head coach that he doesn't pick. Doesn't work. It rarely works. We've lived that life before.
Yep.
We've been there. I mean, Phil Emery did it. Ryan Pace was essentially forced with John Fox. Didn't make the right choice. And Matt Nagy even. But, I mean, yeah. If you're putting the gun to my head, I'm launching Nagy's ass. And you give Ryan Pace another fucking shot at it. But I want them both gone.
Yeah, I know you do. And listen, we've talked about this before. We've talked about it on other shows. I've talked about it with Sean and Maya. I talked about it here and on our other network. You know, we've never had the clean slate. Just get rid of everyone. Get rid of Ted Phillips.
It's the way you have to do it. It's the way you have to do it. There's no other way around it.
Gotta get rid of this fucking Simpsons fuck up at the top. Obviously, we've been saying that, I know, since we started broadcasting in this whole thing about Ted Phillips. I wrote the song to the Grinch. I got to bring that song back, Shane. That one I could bring back.
But that's one of the things that they talk about, Phil. You know, they'll say that Ted isn't involved in football decisions and all this shit. Well, then when you have your 100 year of the Chicago Bears celebrations, that motherfucker shouldn't be on stage for any of it.
Exactly. That's such political.
Don't tell me that he's not part of it, and then you're fucking trotting him out there.
How is he flying on the plane with Adam Johns and it almost goes down? If he's not a part of it, he's not there. It's like,
of all the times for our fucking plane not to go down, right? Yeah. Could have solved a lot of fucking problems. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. It's a ball of fucking flames. But our problems are fixed.
If I had to choose, I'm with Shane. I've seen the shoe salesman. Let's do this for our fans out there. Be shoe. I've seen the shoe salesman from the beginning. And I don't know. I have a few talents, I think. And one of them, I can see when someone's a really good head coach. They're a really good teacher. Anybody can lead. If you got some cash in your pocket, you could lead a fucking whole crowd. Not many people can teach. And that's the difference. That's the separator. And speaking of teach, Shane, isn't that the perfect segue?
The professor.
The professor. Now, every, let me get that down. Every week, we talk about Spencer Strong. And I sign up for Patreon and do all these things in regards to what we do here at Shy City Sports, Keeping It 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network. And we're always asking people to do it. We've known this guy for many, many years. And finally, we're going to bring, I'm trying to give him some. We didn't have much time to produce, so I'll give a little hype. You got to have hype, right? If you're coming on our network, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but he is 100 Crew. Our guy's coming up next. It's not BHL either.
It's 100 Crew Hot Takes. Phil and Shane bringing on a fan to talk Bears and what just happened in the Bears game each and every week. You have to have hype.
Gotta have hype. This guy better bring it tonight. If he doesn't, I'll be disappointed. The professor. Where's Marianne? I know the skipper.
What's up, guys?
There
Look
he
at
is.
This guy. He's got his tone. Khalil Mack will sack your what? I can't. Quarterback. There you go.
Oh, I thought I was going to say Khalil Mack will sack Dan's ass, but it didn't, I didn't read the whole thing. I'm sorry. Are we live? Are we live?
Yes, we are live. We are live on Thanksgiving Eve. Gun to your head, Ryan Cox. Those of you that are just tuning in.
This guy here, and you're shooting him already, man.
Yeah, gun to your head. Well, you got to make the right choice or you're out. Are you going to keep Nagy or are you going to keep Pace?
Pace stays. There's no doubt about it. Pace stays. I mean, the on-field product is a train wreck.
Yeah.
Pace is part of that, of course.
Yeah.
But it's the coaching. You see it. We've seen it for weeks now, for years now. Phil, you've been on it. You said so. You have been on it for years now. I remember in 2018 when you were saying it.
Yeah.
And I was shaking my head like, what are you talking about? We are winning. But no, we sit here in 2020 and it is a train wreck. He's got to go. If it's one of the two, Nagy's got to go. Pace stays.
I agree.
That's how you do it. I'm with you. I'm totally with you in regards to this.
And I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, there's.
Dude,
it seems that's
this
the
is
direct
the stage, though.
This is it.
If he
here,
wins this
Phil.
game, I mean, the McCaskies are gonna, the fucking hearts and rainbows
Oh my
and
God.
clovers are gonna be.
Ginny
bright.
might get pregnant over the fucking weekend if they fucking if they win the
be a
Packers game. It's a Christmas miracle.
Last time we played them nationally, Shane, what was that stat? Off of. And Josh McCown pulled the upset.
Yeah.
The Bears have
13?
lost six. Yeah, the Bears have lost 6 in a row coming off a bye, including a 23-16 loss to the Packers in 2017 and the infamous 55-14 ass kicking in Green Bay in 2014. The last time the Bears did win after the bye week, a primetime game at Lambeau in 2013 with backup Josh McCown.
Yep.
Wow.
2013.
Sad.
2013. It's amazing.
We're going to take this bye week comes at a perfect time. We're going to reassess. We're going to self-scout. People are going to get healthy, and we're going to lose for fucking 6 consecutive years, probably heading to 7.
Did you hear the quote, Ryan, where he was like, there was a clever wording, and I wanted to put it in here, and he's like, yeah, he's talking about how many times he's played the Pack. Yeah, we've won. I mean, we've 1 out of 3 or some shit like that. Instead of just be we got to do better. I've only won once against these fucks or these clowns, however he'd say it on the stage. Instead, he's wording it, yeah, 1 out of 3. You know, it's like, that ain't bad. That's like the guys that use PFF, you know, to fight their arguments. It sounds good, but reality is it sucks. It sucks. And really, ultimately, to Shayne's point, your rivalry, and you're a joke, really, in the rivalry, because you can't consistently win, and you can't fake the product on the field, stealing your words. The defense, obviously, you've been in the game with the Saints. You've been in every game. It's almost like a Christmas fucking miracle that you're in the games with these guys, because your offense is Mike Glennon bad. It's Mike Glennon bad, who, by the way, is starting this week. I saw that round circle.
A full circle.
The full quarterback circle. But really, ultimately, talk about what this game means to you, though, as a fan and as somebody, you know, who follows the network here. We love you here. I want to hear what you think.
Well, it's painful. I mean, good grief. We've hardly had any success against Green Bay. And of course, you know, living through the Favre years and then coming into Aaron Rodgers, I mean, it's been nothing but pain. And I was thinking about this. How happy are Chris Collinsworth and Al Michaels that they don't have to do this game?
Yeah.
I mean, they've got to be thrilled. They're like, I don't have to call that game.
Yeah.
Who's calling the game?
It's Tirico and
Mike Tirico.
Yeah, Dungy's the other one.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Notre Dame broadcast crew. Yep. Notre Dame. Is Doug Flutie working the sidelines? He might suit up.
He might be. I don't know.
We can fucking suit him up. I swear to God.
He might be our best option at quarterback. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. I don't. It's gotten to the point where this coach is, you know, he's a shoe salesman. He's selling it just to sell it. He wants to get the sale. That's it. It's almost like the family of what we've talked about. When you look at this quarterback situation, for you, is it time for Mitch, even though we know that it's going to be Mitch? But I felt like it was time for Mitch last week. Obviously, he was hurt. But where are you at with Mitch as a fan?
It's time. It's time. And how ironic would it be that Mitch goes on a run and saves?
That's the Chicago Bear way. It's going to happen, and then they're going to invest. Nagy. Then they'll invest in him. They'll keep Nagy, and we'll be in the same boat for the next 5 years.
Yeah, the same coach who benched him when they're undefeated. Yeah. Now he goes back and saves his job. I wouldn't be surprised in those.
That would be a movie story. However, I tried to get this Walter Payton movie done. What are your thoughts on that? I think it's so overdue. Not to change course here, but Walter Payton is the reason I'm a Bears fan. Yeah. And to me, I see all these stories, these movies being written, but here's a guy in racial turmoil down in Mississippi, growing up, going to Jackson State, and becoming a first-round pick of the Chicago Bears under George Halas. And the rest is history. The greatest to ever play the game. In my opinion, greatest football player to ever play the game, number 34. So is it overdue for him to have this movie done?
Absolutely. I mean, the guy epitomizes the city of Chicago, not just the Bears, but the city as a whole. I mean, as you know, say what you may, but it's a blue-collar town at heart.
Yes.
And the city loves
If you say "duh Bears," I'm going to boot you off this broadcast.
No. It's a blue-collar town, hardworking people, and that's why they love Walter so much.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, who worked harder than he did?
Exactly.
Never gave up.
Great point.
Every single play. Never gave up. So, I mean, yeah, you're right. It is long overdue.
I just want to see it, you know? I've always wanted to see the story so people that aren't Bears fans could appreciate it. I see the stories made of other people. I mean, sometimes we put up these guys like Aaron Hernandez and we see these stories being made, but we don't prop up somebody who, to what you said, worked so hard, and that's why it was there. So, and you live that life, and I only bring this up because I'm thinking of you in the struggle of what you did. And Shayne had, like I said, since we started this network, had the brilliant idea to name the shout out segment after your son Spencer. How's he doing? How are you and your wife holding up? You got COVID to deal with. You got your son and your family that you're raising to deal with. How are you holding up, man? I know
we're hanging in there. We are hanging in there. I mean, it's been quite a year, obviously, for everybody. But you know, we've had our issues here. He's doing great right now. He's doing great. He just recently, last Friday, he had another scan, MRI, just to see the progress of things. And thankfully, everything is stable. Those are the words we always want to hear, stable. And we got another stable report, so we were thrilled with that. My wife put it brilliantly. She said, you know, here we are. We live our life 3 months at a time. Because, you know, that's when he gets his scans, every 3 months. And scan day, I think I told you guys on text, scan day is the absolute worst.
I can't imagine, man.
It is gut-wrenching. But like I said, it was a good scan this past time, and he's doing great. He's progressing. Naturally, you know, with traumatic brain injury is pretty much what it is, because he's had multiple surgeries there now to remove a tumor. He's got some deficits, of course, but you know what? He's getting therapy virtually 5 days a week, and he is progressing. He is progressing. With help, I actually watched him the other day put one foot in front of the other. Now, he's not walking on his own or anything, but just to see him coordinate that was a milestone, and it was great. It was great. So,
puts things in perspective real quick, doesn't it?
It does.
When you see stuff like that, I said, here we are pissing and moaning about a football team, and then we have somebody like Ryan come on and really kick us in the nuts and say, hey, you know, that's that little monumental, you know, step that you just talked about, Ryan, puts it just puts life overall in perspective. I mean, I've never had the honor to meet you in person or Spencer, but think about you guys daily and what you guys have been through. And it speaks to your guys' toughness and little man's toughness that he's progressing so well. I mean, it's a true testament to you and your family.
I appreciate that. He's extremely tough. He's the toughest kid I know. I know, Shayne, you had asked for a backstory, you know, in case anyone didn't know. Last December 13th, the anniversary's coming up. MRI showed that he had a tumor, a fairly large one too, and so within a few days he was going through surgery number 1.
And give his age if you don't mind too, so it puts it.
Yeah, he was 9 months at the time. So
Wow.
And he had his first surgery. We were told, you know, they got it all. Turns out they did not. Had another scare. We thought it had grown. Turns out just from the surgery, it just kind of had shifted. So after that, we sought consult with Lambeau Children's Hospital in Memphis, and one of the top pediatric neurosurgeons in the world said, bring him here. This was, I think, maybe on a Thursday or Friday. He's like, I want to do a surgery on Monday. So like, okay.
Wow.
So a great nonprofit company stepped up called Angel Wings, right? Angel Flight, I'm sorry. And they said, look, we know about your situation. We want to fly you to Memphis free of charge. So they took my wife, myself, Spencer over to Memphis. And once we got there, of course, he had his second resection of the brain tumor. And so from that, they were able to get the majority of the rest of it. There's still another little piece there sitting right against his brain stem. And that's kind of what we're monitoring now. So when we go for those MRIs, that's what we're looking at to see if there's any growth there and if we need to act again. But right now everything's stable. So like I said, he's doing well. He's eating now. We were never sure if he was going to eat again. He is eating now.
Very nice.
Just got done a little bit ago, watch him chew his food and swallow and everything like that. So it doesn't seem like much, but it's so much progress. We're so proud of him and so happy and so thankful that we've got another good report here.
Well,
so
those of you just tuning in, we're taking a little, it's Thanksgiving. It's about family. I don't know if I could ever, be more thankful for you, Ryan, for being such a strong father, but also a friend to me and Shane. We've had our tough times, and you've been a source of therapeutic advice. You're a professor, and you're also a patron member. Mm-hmm. And that says a lot about you. We wanted to bring you on tonight during Thanksgiving as we lead up to this big game about toughness and about pride and about family. And 100 Crew keeps it strong. Obviously, those of you new listeners, we're going to talk Bears, but this was important that we bring our friend on, someone who supports us, obviously professionally, but as a friend, to tell the story and put life into perspective here on Thanksgiving Eve. I'm so thankful for you to share the story because everybody sees Spencer Strong, Shane and I always putting it on the promos and the advertising. Everything about the Tape Never Lies network really stems a lot from you and your family and your fandom of what it was. I mean, I'll let you speak on it. That brought you to Shane and Phil and what we do in regards to the Chicago Bears and your favorite football team.
Yeah, I found you guys on the old network that shall not be named. Right? No, I mean, look, I'm a Midwestern guy. I was born and raised in the Midwest. Grew up a Bears fan. I was 3 years old on my dad's lap watching Super Bowl 20, watching the Bears win. So, born and raised a Bears fan. When I was 18, moved to North Carolina, and that's where I am now. But, you're hard pressed to find anything Bears related out here. So, I mean, like the satellite radio came out, I was stuck with the NFL radio, and in terms of Bears, you get some stuff here and there, but it's
doesn't it always seem like the callers on Sirius that are talking about the Bears are the worst ones ever?
Every time.
Yeah, they're mouth breathers and
gotta get Mike Singletary in there.
Yeah, exactly. bring back the roar. He'll restore some authority. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's bad. And then the only link we've got is Jim Miller, and well, you know how that goes. But
Phil fucked that up for us.
I thought he was my friend. What happened?
He blocked. Phil pissed him off, and he blocked me on Twitter. Everybody's blocked me on Twitter, but
except Charles Leno. He can't block anybody.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I had to.
Well, once I got on Twitter, I just went on, a following a frenzy, trying to find anybody to talk Bears with, and I think I followed you guys eventually, and I saw you guys were advertising your show on that old network.
Right.
So eventually I tuned in, and I think, if I remember correctly, it was one of the off-season periods, and that's what hooked me. I was like, well, because there's a lot of podcasts out there where the guys just don't really know what they're talking about, but you guys obviously did, and you could hear your passion, you could hear the truth, as you put it, Phil.
Yep.
You guys knew what you were talking about. So once I heard that, I was hooked, and eventually I got involved in the chat room. I think, Phil, it was you that reached out, right? You reached out to me personally, said thanks, and that touched me. It really did, because no one had done that before. And, I'm pretty introverted. I'm a guy that keeps a small circle of friends. But you guys always made me feel kind of like family. So you had me there, friend for life. So as soon as you guys made the move, of course, I was going to come with you. Here I am, patron number 13.
Number 13.
Glad to be here. Yeah, Johnny Knox.
Johnny Knox. I was hoping it was Dan Marino when I was a kid, but that didn't work out. We got Jim McMahon. But were you nervous tonight to come on the show? Were you anxious? Was there... Sandy Tom said it was the scariest moment of his
That
life.
was so surreal. I still think about that like all the time, having Sandy on. He was like, I can't believe I'm talking to you. This is a guy we talk to all the time. He's like, I can't believe I'm talking to you guys. This is so crazy. But
I remember him singing "Bear Up, Bear Down."
Yeah. Shane put him on the spot.
Verbatim. Yeah.
He
was impressive.
Are you saying that's what you want to do, Ryan, right now?
No.
Introverted people like to come on our show and sing, Ryan. So
you weren't nervous then. You were good.
Not really. I mean, there's a little bit of anxiety just not having done this before. I wanted everything to go smoothly.
Yeah.
But no. I mean, look, like you said, we've known each other for a few years now, and we've talked before. We did the draft together. We watched the draft together, at least the first round. This past year.
We're gonna do that. The Patreon.
It's gonna be fun. Just wait till you Just wait till we upload this show and you read all the comments, and you'll see what it's really. Who the fuck's the bald asshole from North Carolina?
Why are you talking about this shit?
Bring back Dicka.
Oh, there's so many trolls in the world. I was saying that to my wife. I was saying that to somebody else today. It was funny. Actually, we had a guy coming to assess our house. What do they call that?
An assessor?
Is it? I got it.
Okay,
you know, when you're doing a refinance, they come in. They're called the assessor? Okay, so he's the
you said they were
inspector,
assessing your house.
He's assessing. So I was talking to him. He saw the studio. He's like,
it's an appraiser, Phil.
Appraiser. There. See? I knew I was wrong.
There is such a thing as an assessor. I didn't know where you were going.
Rick Hamby.
Phil's not good with words or his hands.
I'm very good with words. I couldn't think of the word. I knew I was wrong, but you were telling me I was right. If loving you is wrong. Anyway, I don't want to be right. I was telling the guy, he's like, it's amazing how angry people are. It's like a sign of COVID. People are driving crazy. They're acting crazy. And then you see it, a lot of the YouTube comments, you see it's like, I'm not debating what I'm analyzing. I'm telling you that Anthony Miller should have caught both of those passes last week. I don't care if it's thrown behind them, or is it 2 weeks ago now? I don't care if it's thrown behind you. You're an NFL receiver. You make the catch with your eyes through the hands. We've done that. How many amazing catches do you see on a weekend? But all of a sudden, we can't hold our same professional athletes to the same standard as other teams do. That's a loser's mentality. So if you look at those plays, Anthony Miller running through that catch, diving for the effort, but if he takes another step, dives through it and pulls it with his fingers, he catches that ball. He catches that ball. And those things change the whole game, Ryan.
When has Anthony Miller made one of those catches? He's always close.
Yeah.
He's always close. But I mean, when's he come up with one?
He is like the Ryan Pace of receivers. He's close, but he just can't.
Well, he's wildly inconsistent, just like everybody else around him on this offense.
You know who's consistent? Khalil Mack. You know who's consistent? Roquan Smith. Somebody that looks themselves in the mirror and doesn't talk shit, gets pissed off. Like, at some point, somebody on this offense needs to get pissed off. And it can't be you're pissed off because you got to block. You got to be pissed off because you're not playing to the level that you should be. That's the difference. I hope people understand as a coach. I'm not a professor. I am a teacher, though. And I could teach you that all it takes is...
You're not an appraiser.
I'm definitely not that. I will appraise the tape, though. I know when someone doesn't know what the fuck they're breaking down on film. I see these clowns all the time. I also know when you do a good interview versus a bad one. I can appraise that, Shane. I don't have the worst player in the fucking world and kiss his ass. I don't do that. I want the truth. I want the truth. I'm never going to manipulate that. I don't have an agenda with Anthony Miller. It's like you said, Ryan. He's been close to making plays. There's something about that. It's like golf. You can't be close to the hole as a putter. You can't, right? So as a receiver, you got to make those plays. Wayne Corbett, my teammate at Hofstra, that motherfucker made those plays like it was nothing. The ball thrown behind him, he contorted his whole body, threw it out there, caught the ball. You see these players all the time. Think about Landry down in Cleveland. Is he making the fucking catch? Yeah, he is. He is. That's the professional. Now, can he do that? Yes, he probably can. But he's somebody that really, really needs to step up. And I've had so many people, it's weirdly defending him. Now, when you watch, obviously you watch the patron version of the Tape Never Lied, the longer version, defense and offense. But honestly, do you think I ever pull favorites for Nick Foles or Mitch? Am I not hard enough on these guys when you listen?
No, I never got that sense at all. At all. I mean, you guys say it all the time. You root for the jersey, and that's all. So,
yeah.
That's it.
I follow every Chicago Bears player. When they're not a Bear, I don't give a fuck who it is. See ya. Unfollow. I'm a Bears fan.
Exactly.
Bears fan. It has nothing to do with the player.
Honestly,
whomever.
I totally agree. I swear on my sons, I look at this and I'm like, okay, I get into this place, Ryan. You're a teacher, so you have your, lecture or something that you have to teach. I feel that way when I sit down and the All-22 is released. I put away my initial reaction on BHL and my rant and everything, and I just look at it. Why? Because that angle behind the coach's angle, it tells the whole fucking story. This offensive line, this offense has no rhyme or reason. So when I watch it and I'm like, I have to deliver this truth to the world to showcase, because PFF is telling you that Charles Leno had a great game. I'm dead serious against it. Now it's me, Shane, and the network versus everybody. And it's like, it's so weird. I was thinking about this, Bears Twitter and Bears Facebook, and there's so much negativity. I'm just fucking telling the truth, and people are getting agitated by it. It's like, Anthony Miller needs to play better. Nick Foles sucked. I don't know how much more I could have said that in the analysis of it. Roquan Smith, tremendous. Robert Quinn is getting a bad rap. Buster Screen is better than what fucking Joe Schmo Meatball is telling you he is. He's not the problem. The problem is the head coach, the philosophy, because those guys on defense would be even bigger and better if they had a semblance of mediocrity on offense. And it starts with the head coach. You hear him in the Open. Did you get to see the Open?
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled him back a couple times, like I was scratching. That stutter and stammer when JJ asked him about the run game, and
Can't talk about that because we're gonna give up our secrets.
Our secrets.
Yeah. We keep this up, we might average 3.2 yards a carry someday.
Let me play this for you guys, and let's respond. I thought this was okay. We've established we got some amazing motherfucking fans, the 100 crew. You rise up, hashtag Spencer Strong, hashtag 100 crew. So I know, so Shane knows, so Ryan knows. You're praying for his family, his son, and the battle with which is going on. This football team is supposed to be a therapeutic escape for Ryan Cox and Cherie and Rick Hamby and my boys My boy John Narcone and Tony Salamanski. I hope I said it. And Troy. Where's my boy Troy Rayford? I'm sure he's in there. That's your escape, right? They've taken our escape and made it into this fucking Thunderdome. Like, we gotta remember gladiators with the fucking tennis ball guns. Everyone's shooting at us. It's like, we can't even catch a break. My boy Shane is like, I'm not even fucking looking forward to it. I'm actually even looking forward to it more because I don't have to deal with Collinsworth. I actually like Tarico. I'm that guy. Tony Dungy.
Syracuse boy.
Yeah, I like Tarico. Let me play this, though. Coach Nagy. I've got to set this up. They're asking about Mitch. This is what we talked about at the top. I didn't do anything to this clip, but add a little tape never lies flavor. Here we go.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100. A lot of things that go through your head. But then initially you get through that first couple weeks and you get to kind of, almost from a coaching perspective, you get to stand back and see a lot of things that you can't see when you're in the weeds. And my belief is that Mitchell has used these weeks to make himself a better overall NFL quarterback. And I don't know, and whenever and if ever he gets that chance, when he does, but I do believe in my heart of hearts that he has grown from this situation. And I believe that he will be a better player because of it. And so it's just me being around Colleen and just the observations of how he interacts in meetings, the questions he asks. He's still leading from, behind, getting on guys, when we're not in the huddle. He's not in the huddle. On game day, his interaction. And then how he is, there's that focus. And it's a different focus. I used that word focus before with y'all, and I meant that. But I feel like there's a different focus and a different attitude, a different mindset. And for me as a coach, being able to see the significance of that, you appreciate that. I know who he is as a person. And as a player, to see growth with him is what's exciting. And so, we'll see. But that's I'm spending time on that because there's a lot of there's a lot of emotional attachment, and you care. And when you see stories like this, it can become very interesting.
Bears Packer week. Let me say this real quick, and then I want you guys. You just went on a eulogy, an epilogue, an epitaph, a stag.
Enough with the words, Phil.
A stag speech, a best man speech, and then you refuse as a head coach to name this guy the starter. It's such ridiculous politics.
He's smarter than everybody else, Phil. Don't you know that?
Oh my God. I'm sitting there watching this as I'm cooking dinner. I made homemade pizzas tonight, Shane, for the family. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you are saying everything and you're actually being fucking vulnerable, but at the same time, you're lying. You say that and say, he's our guy. That's where we're rolling. And you fucking step up to the fucking challenge of the Packers. You're watching that, Ryan. What do you think of what you just saw there?
I was listening to him, and it's almost like he's taking credit.
Yeah,
it's like,
I agree.
Look how much I see how much he's grown. He's learned from this experience. I sat him down, and now he's going to be better for it. And thanks to me. I mean, what would have happened if I hadn't have benched him?
Yeah, the light came on after I taught him in year 3, and I benched him.
Listen, I'm telling you, you guys, Shane and Ryan, you guys know this. What did I said? Mitch 2018 is part of the reason you won. To have a head coach so concerned about his offensive philosophy and not his quarterback and what he does. You heard my father come on, all of this recency stuff. But I'm telling you, this motherfucker destroyed this young quarterback. I don't care what anybody says. I will say this as I'll put my reputation here. If Kyle Shanahan was coaching Mitch Trubisky, he'd be talked about like Pat Mahomes. He's got all the talented attributes. His offense is something completely different than Matt Nagy wanted. And what Matt Nagy wanted, Matt Nagy got. And unfortunately, all these fans that love this team are seeing Nick Foles fucking look like a chump and Matt Nagy look worse. That is where that speech just sits so... Oh, it's like that father who was abusing his kids and he's saying, I didn't do anything. And he's just lying right through his teeth. It really is a fireable offense in my opinion. That whole thing was just disgusting to me. I literally put it together fucking 10 minutes before we went live. It was like, I have to show this to our fans. That's keeping it 100. Nobody fucking else is going to confront that. No one. I don't even think. I really don't. I think people like toe the line. They like the guy. I thought it was a shitty move. Great point on you, Cox. Great point. HL Priest agrees with you.
Well, how many careers has he stalled at this point? I mean, how many of those receivers might have taken off if they were in, some sort of decent offense? I mean, Riley Ridley can't even see the field.
Yeah, neither can our second-round draft pick, Cole Kmet.
Yeah,
we gotta get the only catch Cole. That's
the biggest indictment of Matt Nagy. I mean, away from quarterback is him coming out as a head coach and saying, "Yeah, Cole deserves it. We need to get." And he fucked up there too when he said that because he didn't want to take the blame. He said, that's on me. That's on us.
Yeah,
Then he doubles down on it. Like, that's not just me. It's fucking Clancy Barone over here. You got to fucking play him, Clancy. Jesus.
He's like the big brother in fucking a Christmas Story.
Yeah. So in 5 weeks, he's had 3 targets and 1 reception that he fucking stole from, Allen Robinson, I think, right?
Oh, you got to... It's unbelievable. Like, you can't promise and have the same stuff. We pushed a little bit with Zach Miller. I was having that internet issue driving me You have no idea. Only Shane knows how angry I was. I almost fucking threw the $1,400 computer in the street. I was getting so mad. But it's more the internet. Anyway, the reality is, I wanted to see somebody push back a little bit on Coach Nagy. And if the media, the guy that's going, two more guys, and they're kind of portraying what it is that they're going to do, then we have a problem. We have an issue, as Shane would say, with the head coach. Because nobody could question him. Nobody can question him. And JJ was on here, and he's like, yeah, I got to question him a certain way, obviously. He's not going to say, why the fuck is Leno playing? He's not going to come out and say that. But the reality is, you could see what has transpired in this culture, if you will. It went from being BU, Club Dub, to fucking Rub-a-Dub-Dub, the toilet bowl right now, because that's where we're at with this fucking team. It's unbelievable. You just shake your head. You don't even have a comment to that.
Nothing else.
That's where we all are, man.
Cole Kmet, Jordan Howard, David Montgomery. Let's put in Cordarrelle Patterson.
Jordan Howard's back with Philly.
Taylor Gabriel on fades. Trey Burton. I thought Trey Burton showed up in 2018. Me and Shane were like, why not keep him? They cut him. Now he's making plays with the Colts. I'm like, he's a wing. No, I don't know. We saved what, $3 million, $4 million on the cut instead of getting some movement there. I know people didn't like Trey Burton, but I've said it 100 times. If you're loyal, you know. Trey Burton, the guy always got open. He always got open. He made plays for Mitch. You got to have playmakers, somebody that gets open. The only guy doing that is Allen Robinson with consistency. At some point, you got to hold accountability. You got to have those things. Well, everybody's coming in, Shane. Everybody at the same time. Look at this. It's amazing tonight.
Green room's filling up.
Green room is filling up. Ryan Cox is with us tonight. Thanksgiving Eve, what does it mean to you, Ryan? Throwing questions at you. I told you, for me, the night before the rivalry, actually met my wife. Thanksgiving Eve rekindled. We rekindled. We got digits that night. Keep it 100.
Nice.
That's what this night means to me. Shayne, what does this night mean to you? Then Ryan, we'll give him. Are you ready, Ryan? You have your thought. I didn't want to put pressure on you.
Thanksgiving Eve is usually travel for me.
Really?
Obviously not now, but yeah. I mean, usually we're on the road heading to family. I mean, Thanksgiving's always been about family and fellowship and football, right? The 3 Fs.
Yeah, there you go.
But Thanksgiving Eve, we were always on the road. We're staying put this year, of course. I think many people are. You said y'all are. So,
Yep.
But yeah. I mean, hitting the road, looking forward to seeing family, getting together, just having a good time with old friends, and like I said, fellowship and family, and watching some ball. And that's
You're heating up that apple cider tomorrow too, aren't you?
that's right.
You got that recipe ready. I know I got mine ready.
Well, look, here's a pro tip for you. Do not go to the liquor store on Thanksgiving Eve.
Oh yeah.
Don't. Tried to do that tonight. Didn't work out very well.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That's a tough.
We were down there too, and that's why I went the other day and got it, because I've been there, done that. But we drove by it tonight, and I'm like, oh, look at all these assholes. I mean, the line was outside of the store. It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's nuts.
Darnell Mooney does get open. We got guests though, Shayne. So how do you want to proceed with this? Are we going to bring them on?
Yeah, however you want to do. You want to stay, Ryan, or you got business to handle?
I'm cool. Yeah, sure.
All right.
So you said the 3 Fs: family, football, and fellowship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that leads me into introducing our next guest, and I'll bring them one, because each one of these guys deserves their own time. It's time to shine. We're not kicking you out, Ryan. You're staying. I'm just saying. I'm going to introduce our next guest. This is patron number 1. So this guy's actually, backstory, signed up before we even went. Me and Shayne even knew it even existed, because Jimmy Larison, a.k.a. Yoko, he started the patron and was working on it for us as we're like getting it ready, and we were fumbling with the app and issues and how we're going to do this and all these crazy ideas that we have for everything. This guy's already signed up, and he's a proud member of our patronage program and a fellowship of the Tape Never Lies and family, because you're 100 crew. So I just recently got his digits. So perfect segue here. Let me bring in our guy, Otis Nichols. Otis Nichols. Look at this guy.
Hey, what's happening, guys? What's going on with
There he is.
Happy Thanksgiving, Otis.
Happy Thanksgiving Eve to all of you gentlemen, man. It's a pleasure to be on the show. Loved you guys since I've seen you, man. It's been just awesome, because it's nice to see real fans, man. Not just people that just want to throw shade, but actually people that have real ideas on how to make our team better. You know, I love that.
Well, we love you, and
we might have to. Otis, man, can you play right guard? Got some size to you, bro.
Hey, look, I play left tackle.
We'll give you $7 a month back if you could play offensive line, bro.
Put me in, because you know what? I never got the chance to play football, man. My mom just would not allow it.
Oh, you had that mom.
Man, my mom was a nurse. Kids was getting crippled. And
not my Otis. No.
That is exactly what she said. And she wasn't going. And I tried to tell my dad, I was like, hey, Dad, come on. I love this game. You know, this is what I love to do. And my dad's like, look, man, I'll fight a lot of battles. I ain't fighting nothing. I'm like, all right. So I had to risk it in a field with bricks and rocks in it, and I was playing more dangerous in the
Exactly.
neighborhood thing.
It's usually
than
what
I did
happens,
in
yeah.
organized.
That's exactly what happens.
And that's what happened, man. I love this game, man, and I hate to see what these guys are going through right now, man. I've been saying it for years. Even before Nagy, we've had our issues, you know. So I'm not gonna throw it all on Nagy, but he has been the worst situation we've had at coach. The worst, even worse than Trestman. And I know y'all don't all agree on that. He is worse than Trestman to me because even Trestman knew how to make an offense happen. He couldn't do nothing with the defense, but he could make an offense happen. But we also didn't have talent at the time either. At defense. You
didn't like James Anderson? He didn't do it for
you. We have talent right now, and the guy has us looking like a high school team. He has looking like a high school team, and I don't understand how the first two games we were able to run the rock. Yeah, we were healthy, all that. Getting to that third game, man, and Mitch had a struggle in the first half for sure. And then he subs them out, and we get through that game, we win. So let's absolutely change everything in game 4. Dumbest stuff I've ever seen, man. This guy, he wants to change everything. I believe in practice that he was training them to do both. And I think that's why they're not good at anything. It's because how he trains these people, man. He doesn't let them get good at anything and just leave it there and then keep establishing that and improving those techniques. He keeps jumping all around. It's like a little kid, man.
Otis, he's talking about an identity again today, this week. I put it together in the open. It boggles my mind as someone who coached, and coaching is teaching. Your fundamentals are the very basics, but every person, no matter what level, has to re-establish the fundamentals and the expectation of what you're supposed to do. If you can't dumb it down and be okay with that because your pride or your ego is too much, we see it every fucking red zone trip now.
We saw the Cincinnati Bengals have 4 new linemen in the game against Tennessee. 4 new linemen, and they knew their job.
Exactly.
But we can't do that here. I understand talent. I understand that. But they should at least know who the hell to block. All right? It don't matter if you can't hold the block as long. And I know we get on them about that. They're pros. They should be able to. But they don't know who to block. We have people standing there not even realizing you're supposed to help the man next to you. Even if it's just to put a hand to help stabilize the block. You don't have to leave the spot to be helped. You know, it's how do they not know? How are they being taught that this is okay? I said it, man. I said it like last year. And like I think it was after the Dallas game and everybody was back on the Mitch bandwagon, which I never left. I think Mitch is a hell of a player. I believe he's never had a coach that wanted him. And I believe that has hurt his development. When you have a person that you are in sync with, you will do your best for. You will try your hardest for. This guy has never had that. And it pains me to see it because he may have had his career crippled because of it. He may have. He might have another opportunity, man, to bounce back, man. I hope he gets it because he tries hard. And yeah, they were wrong. He wasn't Mahomes, but nobody knew who Mahomes was before he was. All right. So he never had a coach that loved him, man. This dude is basically Goff. He's basically Goff right now. But that coach is making use of Goff. All right? And our coach does not know how to make use of Mitch. It's so simple. Yeah, beat you. Hey.
I have to give you something there. You're preaching here. You are preaching. You're bringing the knowledge, your passion, everything I want in a guest you have. Now, if I'm going to compare, I'm scouting you versus Ryan Cox. Ryan Cox is dealing with a lot of stuff on the family side. I'm going to be like, you got to bring this hype. Can you step up in the pocket? Yeah, coach, I got this. I know my patrons, my guys here, bring it, just like you. Yeah, let me put the gun to your head.
Okay.
Pace or Nagy, which one? Obviously, I feel like I know where you're going.
I think you do. I think you do because I've posted it, but I'll wait.
Otis is a smart man, Phil. You know when I said that he could play right guard, he jumped right to where the money comes from at left tackle. He's no dummy. Yeah. Otis's mama raised a smart boy. He went right to the the premium position. Yeah.
All I could hear is
that, and I'm guaranteed to play.
Yeah.
Dude, that.
Your Mama's boy Otis, one of a kind. I can hear the lyric.
Yeah.
I can hear the lyric. So Nagy or Pace? One's got to go. Who is it?
Is Nagy. Is Nagy without question, without fail. The reason why I like Pace, and I know.
Go ahead. I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
I'm going to give it to you. Listen, man. Remember, Pace was here with Fox, too.
Yes.
So the thing is, when Fox, you got to see what Fox wanted to do defensively with Fangio and all of them. And Pace built the team according to that defensive game plan even before Nagy got there. They actually had a plan. And that's the difference between Nagy and even Fox. Because they had a plan in place, you can pick the people you need to run the system you need. So that's why their defense is so light years ahead. Mm-hmm. But when you get a coach that doesn't know what to make his offense work, then you have scatter picks and you have players that get picked and don't get used, or people traded out that was solid that now you don't have a use for them. So Pace is trying to make Nagy's idea of an offense come real. But it's hard when you don't have a dude that really have a plan. That's what it looks like to me.
I love it. That's
can't
really
disagree.
It's well
Howard,
broken down, man.
I can't use Howard. So Howard's gone. We get Montgomery. Everybody knew that we was going to be trading him. You know, all off season, it was a kicker issue. So we brought in 13 kickers. Pace looked out for him, right? He giving him what he said he needed. What was it last year? Tight ends. How many tight ends we have this year?
Well, that's the separator right there, Otis. I've went back and forth with different people, and the people that saying you got to put this all on Ryan Pace because he's the guy bringing in talent. Listen, he's not going into free agency and into the draft and saying, "Oh, Matt, these are the guys you want." Well, no, they're not high on my list. I'm going to provide you with these guys, and that's what you're going to. That's not fucking happening. Ryan Pace handpicked Matt Nagy. Of course, he's going to give him the fucking bullets.
Roll with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Look, did you ever hear anything about the line before this year?
Right.
I mean,
you did on this network. Yeah.
Come on, Otis. Mama's boy Otis, one of a kind.
On this show we heard it, but the masses was talking about tight end. They were talking about Mitch and all that. And the thing that got switched was Foles came and tight ends came by the bundle. All right. No tackles, no linemen came, none of that shit. And now everybody want to throw the shade at Pace. Who evaluates these people all through the year, man? When we get into that meeting at the end of the year where the GM sits there with the coach and they're talking about what we're going to do for this future, what do we need to do to make your situation work, man? When we're talking about that dude wasn't saying, I need a left tackle, and Pace was like, fuck that. I ain't giving you one.
Yeah, exactly. My handpicked guy. No.
There's no way.
I don't think people understand that.
You know who Matt Nagy wanted on the offensive line? You know who he wanted? Jermaine Ifedi. That's who he wanted. Exactly. And that's who he fucking got. Because you heard Juan Castillo praise the hell out of him. The Bears were very, very high on him. Juan Castillo, very, very high on him. They thought that he was the cure-all, the magic elixir. Right.
Because they thought just Long was the issue on the line. Everybody else was fine. When we had a competent quarterback, we'd be fine with this line. All right, then you can't complain about
I think that's a fucking. I think Otis just made a fucking T-shirt. We'll be fine with this line.
Where are you from, Otis? Where are you coming from?
Chicago.
Chicago.
I'm originally born west side of Chicago, man.
Now,
I'm right
are we
in the
talking?
field for those that know it?
Are we talking like the region Chicago?
We're talking about by like Chicago Avenue and like Austin area.
There you go.
Nice.
Cherie,
Yep.
can we get a thumbs up that he's officially from Chicago?
Oh man, it's Chi-Town, baby.
You
That's
know
all we
Greg
do.
Braggs, he tries to say he's in Indiana, but he's from Chicago. I've never heard this before.
Hey, look, I like Bragg. That only,
Nobody ever accused Greg of being smart, Phil.
I like Bragg. You know what? We actually do take some people in, man, from other places, man. We do.
Cherie has given you the official thumbs up. It's official. Everybody's loving you in the audience here. Your 100 crew, numero uno. I'm not a Puerto Rican, but I'm speaking so that you know. That is a famous lyric from Special Ed, who I loved back in the day, from Brooklyn, New York, Shane, where my father's from,
There
and
you
where
go.
I spent summers.
Yeah, where Phil grew
I
up.
don't say I'm from
Where
Brooklyn.
Phil grew up, 2 days every summer.
3 weeks.
I
Anyway,
got a question for y'all. before
go
y'all
ahead.
Fire
I was
away.
I'm gonna give you and Ryan Cox each a question to ask Shane and Phil. Go ahead.
All right, this is what I'm thinking, man, at least for the next year. I believe that offensive line is even more important than picking a quarterback early in this next draft. Now, a lot of people like throw away draft capital and all that stuff to get a quarterback. I just don't see a quarterback that changes our situation like that in 1 year. So what is y'all take? Are we getting offensive linemen first 2 picks or what? What you think?
Well, for me, it's hard to say. I have to say, I'm a huge draft guy. I mean, Phil knows. I know Phil's into it. Ryan's into it. It's like I call it my grown man's Christmas, draft day.
Yeah.
Love it. It all depends on how the fucking board falls, man. It really does. You know, I'm not going to reach for a quarterback. I'm not going to reach for an offensive tackle. We've seen remember back in 2000, what year was it? 2012, maybe? Around there?
Williams.
Yeah, or no, that was 2008 they took him, but
Yeah,
remember Gabe Carimi?
Gabe Carimi,
Yeah.
Gabe Carimi.
Everybody was. If you go back, the Bears.
Pencil legs Gabe.
Yeah, the Bears used to put out these videos showing like behind the scenes stuff for draft day, and it always drove me nuts. They showed a couple of guys in the draft room, and they asked. The Bears had a guy from Seattle come in. I'm blanking on his name to help in the front office, and they asked him. They said, "Who do we like? Who's on our board?" And I'm like, "You're in the fucking draft room,
Right?"
You know." And he leans back like this to the rest of the room, and he goes, "Carimi." Says it like that. I'm like, oh, it just shows you how this fucking franchise is so scatterbrained. I mean, you're in there, and I mean, come on, they were picking what in the mid-20s that year.
It was 20. It was late 24.
Yeah, because there was talk about Carimi going way high, but everybody red flagged him medically, and we saw how that worked out here.
Yeah,
it's like Phil said, he had those toothpick legs, and he was a total hype machine. But it's like, oh man, but Otis, yeah, to me, it really depends on. I mean, if there's a quarterback there, and say if you're
16,
number
16.
one or number two, yeah, if you're at pick 16 and one of your quarterbacks that you love is there, and there's your number one offensive lineman, quarterback's gonna fucking trump it.
Take it in.
Yeah, quarterback's gonna trump it. So to me, it obviously falls. Listen, and I know this is gonna fire up the fucking chat room. I told Phil about this months ago. I think that the Bears are going to go back to the fucking trade market, and I've said this forever. You saw the team that I talk about all the fucking time in the Philadelphia Eagles. They took a kid in the second round that they're going to be grooming for 2021. There, you fucking bet. You sit back. You watch this fucking team. That's what they do. That's what they do. He'll be the guy that'll buy him fucking time, that knows the fucking offense. If Matt Nagy is here, has some more mobility than Foles. But we'll see. I think they'll be back in the trade market. But either way, they have to bring in a fucking kid through the draft. I know people were still making comments about I was a Kaiser guy back in the fucking day, and I own it. People put it in the fucking chat room. Don't think you're one-upping me. I'll readily admit it. I was a big fucking Kaiser. I would have added him to the practice squad and said Tennessee signed him to the practice squad because Chicago doesn't fucking need him. Okay, we got Tyler Bray.
Tyler fucking Bray. Let me say this to answer your question. I'm so step for step with Shayne. And I know I'm going to say this like this. If you're a Bears fan, I know we're going to bring the best draft coverage out there because we're going to analyze the tape and not go by what Matt Miller is changing when he hears somebody else's stuff.
Yeah.
We have to do it. You have to scout with your
Matt
eyes.
Miller's going to love me come draft time because I've been screenshotting my fucking ass off.
So we're still
I have a
fun.
fucking encyclopedia on him that
He's got nowhere to hide.
No,
Didn't
he
somebody
doesn't.
jump like 60 spots?
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, it was the kid,
my boy from the Jets.
Yeah, the Jets, the fucking mountain man that they fucking drafted. Yeah, he jumped up 65 slots in
over
like 18
24
days.
hours. Yeah. No, it was 24 hours.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Crazy.
it was after this came out. Whoever, what was it?
Mekhi Becton?
Yeah, Mekhi Becton.
Who was the draft analyst that? Oh, it was Daniel Jeremiah.
Yeah, that's
number 2. Then Miller the next fucking day jumped 64 spots.
Yeah.
Who does that?
No one.
Yeah, I don't want to
That's
put
how it
anybody's
works out.
names out there. I'll let them speak for themselves. But I know quite a few analysts that just raise their eyebrows that people are like sheep falling for this guy's game. I will say this: there'll be no games. We'll say our pieces. We'll put it all on the table. For me, I'm much like Shayne. I got to see where you're drafting. I got to see what the board is. I know what our needs are. Obviously, you need an offensive tackle. But you can't reach. You also can't just fall in love with one player. You got to look at this team a certain way. And quarterback, unfortunately, or fortunately, trumps them all. And you got to find them. And how you rank them here, it's been a fucking story. As you all know, first rounds have not been very good for Ryan Pace. Although Roquan Smith,
buddy,
he's been playing his ass. I'll be honest, I wanted Marcus Davenport, and he's playing his ass off in New Orleans. That's a monster there.
I wanted Nelson.
You wanted
I know
Nelson.
a lot of people didn't want to spend a lot of that draft capital,
Yeah.
but I bet we wish we had some of them linemen.
I don't know. The Packers are 4 holding penalties against the Colts.
True. Hey, look.
I've never seen a game like
hit.
that.
At least they get this quarterback hit, man.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they were running. They're trying to run out the game. The refs are trying to help the darling. You got to see a game with me because when the Bears are playing the Packers, the intensity level just goes up 10 notches because I know we have to play perfect and we're going to get cheated. You're going to get the call that goes against you. I think I could recall one call that we got a break on. I was like, whoa, we got a break there. In my fucking life! In my life! So that true story real quick before we bring on our next guest. And Ryan, I want to give you a chance. If you have a question,
my bad, Ryan.
Let me know. No, your question was great. I'm on a plane. I way back in Eric Kramer's the starting quarterback. Brett Favre has been ruled out. I'm on a plane from Connecticut to Chicago. It's 11 below. No joke. You hit the tarmac in Chicago, and I'm with these 2 Packer fans. One of them was my best friend, and they bought tickets off of Bear Report back in remember the magazine with Larry Mayer?
They blocked me on Twitter too, believe it or
Did
not.
they?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep. Remember Jeremy Stoltz?
Yeah, Stoltz.
Yeah.
Fucking Stilts. Anyway, we get these tickets from Bear Report. Packer fans bought them on Bear Report. We get to the tarmac. All of a sudden, the stewardess is like, all right, you guys got to here's your bags. They put them at the end of the plane. You're going to walk across the tarmac. There's your plane. I look out. It's a propeller plane. I'm not joking. It's 11 below. We're walking with our bags. I'm like, holy shit, it's cold. We get on the plane. I'm sitting on this, I don't know, it must have been like 60 people on this thing. I'm sitting down. This guy next to me has a giant, like, Super Bowl ring. So we're having a conversation. He's like, you going to the game? Because I'm all embarrassed. Yeah. He's like, I go, you look familiar. He's like, oh, you might know me. And he starts giggling. And I'm like, really? I thought maybe he's a TV guy or something. He's like, oh, I officiate. He's like, I'm the official tomorrow. And let me just tell you, I'm going to rewind back.
Don't forget,
he played for the Packers. I swear
had the fucking ring on.
He's telling me in the thing. That game, I swear to God, go back, get Shane or Dan Aguirre's fucking tapes. Jeremy Lincoln saves the game, has a pick in the end zone, takes it back. They throw a fucking late flag like you wouldn't believe. That was the game Favre was considered out. I kid you not. He's in these giant fucking Green Bay shit colored piss stained, like he's out. I'm down by the sideline. All of a sudden, he comes out of the locker room, throws off the jacket. The crowd, Bears still suck. Yeah. Dun dun dun. They're going nuts. Fucking, he threw like 6 touchdowns. Kramer threw fucking 5. It was a shootout. We haven't had a shootout ever. But the point of the story was, sorry. The fucking guy was a former Packer. He's the head official, and a game gets turned. Because in football, the officials, I don't give a shit what nerd program. If official could change the whole course of a game. Because, listen, a fucking tailback like Jordan Howard breaks it for 50 and a touchdown. Guess what? If there's a holding play, he ain't breaking it for 50 for a touchdown ever again in that game. That's how momentum in football works. So that's why I go fucking nuts on the refs and people that try to get in my way to tell me, oh, calm down. Oh, you're always complaining. I go, you don't live football life. You got to know and you got to watch the tape. Anyway, real quick.
Watch Bakhtiari. All game
oh, my God.
That's where it'll start.
Captain Hole.
He's out of his stance early every snap. Yeah. And he's holding all game long.
They called him this week. It's like
I
want to paid. They calling penalties on him.
Khalil is a very, very fucking wealthy player.
That's where, if you have a smart head coach, that's where it's a factor, because Matt Nagy should be out here in every fucking press conference calling it out.
Yes.
Hey, of course we're going to be prepared.
Get every advantage you can
get.
But
we have one of the best pass rusher in the NFL, but you can't fucking hold him and tackle him and bring him to the ground every time. You have to make that public.
How the fuck? He got fucking tackled last week. I mean, 2 weeks ago.
It's disgusting.
I'm like, I put it on the tape, never lies, for the patrons. I'm like, look at this shit. Look at the fucking tackle pulling him and. First time I see Khalil get up, he didn't get the call. He did not. He got a call later, but he didn't get that call, and that was disgusting because you know what? Khalil's dipping and coming and stripping, and that changes the momentum. It's always about that. The officials have a hand in it. It sucks, but it doesn't. Bakhtiari, my point was Khalil is a very wealthy guy, Shane. But as a coach, I would get Brett Urban over here and say, Brett, this is your job today. I want you to fucking shoot your fucking helmet right into fucking Bakhtiari's helmet. I want you to get fucking penalized. I want that fucking guy so pissed that he doesn't know what to do in this game. That's coaching. That's
you do it right from Jump Street.
You do it right away. Yep. Punch his ass right in the fucking balls. Let him know we're here to fucking beat you. That's football. We got fucking. Let's run double set, triple reverse, guys. The annexation of
You gotta
Puerto
have
Rico.
that fire, though.
He doesn't.
Nagy don't have that type of fire.
He doesn't.
So it's hard
It
to
drives
instill
me.
that type of fire when you don't have it yourself. This dude wanna motherfucking bake, cook on marshmallows and kumbaya thing in football, man, and it just don't fit, man. It's just not a very good fit, man.
Well, somebody who is a fit in our network. Listen, I've been trying my best to get this guy.
You have.
Not you. The guy I'm about to introduce.
Come on,
I
Otis.
want
You had your
too,
time.
Mama's boy Otis.
Don't make me call your mother, Otis. Jesus.
I did beg Otis to come on because he's number one.
That's right.
On the list. And you spoke so eloquently about why you're a patriot, why you believe in me and Shane, and what separate. You wrote this beautiful message to me, and I really, these messages, you guys don't realize how much they mean to me. I, like Ryan said, I read them. I try to interact with everybody. I'm a fucking cocky son of a bitch. I'm not afraid to say it, but I'll back that shit up. And I am the most loving and compassionate dude for every person that wants the truth. I will fucking get in the grill and protect everybody in the family. I really will. But I'll say this. Your words made me want to be better, Otis. Truly. And I'll say that about you. And this guy, though, he's been waiting in the... I feel bad because he's in the bullpen. He's in the green room, and we got no fucking catering. Fucking Shane didn't pay that. Claudio fucking...
Let's piss this motherfucker off. Look how big he is.
This guy could be fucking... Seriously, I would fucking get Ryan Nall the fuck out of there. And what's his name? JP Holtz. They don't know anything about block.
Playoffs?
Exactly. They don't know about the playoffs. This guy, though, his voice is what you hear every time. Let me just play a little sample of this, and this will be the reality of you getting a promo as well as an introduction. Here is this guy's work here. It's Bears Hour Live. It's the best Bears post-game show on the planet. Am I right, Otis?
It absolutely is, man.
Am I right, Ryan?
100%.
There you go.
No doubt.
This guy agrees too. This is his voice. This is what he does, and we love him, and he is family, and he'll be on live right after his work and showcase.
It's the best Chicago Bears post-game show on the planet, bar none. It's Bears Hour Live immediately after each and every Bears game with host Shane, the smartest man, and draft Dr. Phil Ottochian every Sunday, Monday, or Thursday, immediately after Bears games. Your guys, Draft Dr. Phil and Shane Marsaw are live on Bears Hour Live. Subscribe to the show via the Tape Never Lies Network, which can be found on YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch. It's the best Chicago Bears postgame show on the planet, Bears Hour Live.
Oh shit! Oh shit is right. Oh shit, we got our guy. There he is, Lawrence Fleming, the second. I didn't see the second in your handle down below. Look at these. Look at this guy. He's rocking the swag.
Oh, I gotta represent, baby.
That's right.
Smooth and cool as the other side of the.
I never knew your voice was so high, Lawrence.
How you doing tonight, Lawrence?
Oh man, I'm good, man. I'm blessed. How about y'all, man?
We're blessed to have you here. We got numero uno, Otis Nichols. Say, there he is. We got Ryan Cox. What number are you, Ryan?
13.
13 with that twang. 13. And we got you, the voice of the network. Lawrence, I can't thank you enough. I've never had the opportunity to thank you like this and see you in person. It's always different. Like, people communicate in text to kind of read things a certain way. You don't know, but I've never had to read into a text that you've sent because everything's been so positive. But I want to thank you personally here in front of the world, really, and for all your work, always stepping up with the intros and saying and doing whatever Shayne writes and getting it out there for me so I could produce it, put it to some hip hop or whatever I got in my mind when I hear.
I'm always writing those intros, and I'm always trying to think. I'm like, Lawrence probably thinks I'm a fucking crazy motherfucker. I'm writing shit out. I always get paranoid with that, but yeah, it works, man. He does an awesome job. It's amazing.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Every time I do get them, I'm like, at first, I'm like, how do I put my voice to it? You know, what kind of passion and energy do I need to put into it? And when Phil initially was sending them to me, I'm like, dude, I'm not afraid of constructive criticism. Whatever you don't like, just let me know, and I'll fix it immediately. No problem.
And that is the God's honest truth. You could see, like, Mo Bierman, the guy has some pipes on his arms, but also God blessed him with some pipes. Mama's boy Otis looks like he sang in church. You were pretty. See, I can scout. Otis.
You know it, man. You know it.
This is family tonight. You know, we wanted to bring you guys on all together. Shayne actually picked the cast almost with me. It was like surreal how it all came together tonight. We weren't thinking of not doing the show, take a break. Claudio wanted a break so bad. He's not here tonight. That
smoke weed every day.
Exactly. So he's off doing his thing now. Claudio had
he's doing a family
tonight,
thing.
so we love Claudio, obviously.
Him and Cars are in a Walmart parking lot eating edibles together, watching the show.
They're like Harold and Kumar.
You believe these motherfuckers are talking about us like this, Cars?
So Lawrence, real quick, let's catch you up. Gun to your head. I've done all the intros for you. Obviously, if you're just tuning in, you don't know, Lawrence does all our voice work, all the intros to every guest that we have on. He even did it through not feeling well for me. He's like, I'm going to give it my best. Can I do it tomorrow? I'm like, sure. Because I try to get these things done. It's crazy, our world. I try to get them done before the All 22 comes out because I got to go do that. I got to produce. Anyway, Shayne will probably drop. I don't give a fuck, but I do. Because Lawrence really always is there like a brother. Real quick, first of all, how did you find the Tape Never Lies network and everything me and Shayne do? I think you were a part of, found us with the old network, correct?
Yeah, it was with the old network. I used to scavenge the internet trying to see if there's anybody out here who is just as pissed off as I am about this team, about the right things though. So I stumbled across the first game I watched was the breakdown on the Green Bay game, and I said, "Damn, finally, it's an asshole out here just like me." Right? So I'm gonna tell you, it's funny because I didn't know about the podcast and everything until maybe the Philadelphia game. Finally, I ended up listening to that. Was the first one. And I had been hooked ever since. I'm like, oh shit, this is home now. There's no other place like this.
That's the highest I get notes, I get stories, Shayne gets them. It's humbling, but at the same time, it's like I'm never gonna change. Shayne is never gonna change. You guys are the people that we wanted to speak to. That similar to us. I feel a responsibility to be that voice and to find people like Brother Otis above me and Ryan Cox, all from different makeups. We got fans from the Netherlands, from Japan, China, Greece, Brazil, Italy, Mexico, New Mexico. It's not even a country. But they're all over the world.
Fill in his geography.
That's a joke for you, Sharon. I got to get the Tape Never Lies off your face there. I mean, I thought it was going to be on the other side.
Yeah, that's good, man.
It's
all right. I see how you roll.
Well,
I'm only a few days away from having your dad tell me to shut up after the game, so we're good.
I hope he's going to come on BHL. I haven't spoken to him. I had to break the news not going there. I know your pops. My best to you, Lawrence. Like, we're all family. So you guys share your personal stories. I know. I'm not trying to be a salesman. I'm not trying to sell anybody. I just know that Shayne cares. I know it. And that's what I wanted to be a part of. So even though it was the hardest thing, one of the hardest things, breaking from what we were building and thinking we were going to go a certain way to this, it's been, to your point, Lawrence, it's been a blessing from God. Really. I'm in such a better place with you guys, real fans, real talk, real football. That's what it's about, real Bears football. You guys know it. From every guest we come on, we hold people accountable, and we do it the right way with humor as well as passion and truth. So Otis's mom is coming up next. Otis, you're quickly becoming a fan favorite in the chat. Lawrence,
that's awesome.
Lawrence came in and really took over this role because I felt like it was a huge part of what we do. Shayne and I love to give guests a special intro. Obviously, you three didn't get shit tonight, but only because of what we have going on. That's one thing I feel bad about because I wanted to do something special for you guys, but I promised to do it forward. And those of you in the chat that have been asking, yes, we are going to do a full-on patron show where 5 minutes with each patron. Come on, you talk, you tell us what we're talking about. That's what it's going to be. You drive. We just are going to fucking throw down, and that's coming up this year. These guys are here tonight. Family, Thanksgiving. The pigskin is in the oven. The Chicago Bears are playing their rival. I'm going to ask you what I was leading to, Lawrence. Gun to your head. I've heard Otis. I've heard Ryan. I've heard Shayne. Ryan Pace or Matt Nagy. One's got to stay. One's got to go. Who's the one you are picking to stay?
Can we give them the both the fuck out of here?
I'm a Lawrence. That's what I tried. Yeah.
In all honesty, I mean, they both need to go. But I mean, if I had to pick one, it would definitely have to be Matt Nagy because I was on the show earlier and I did hear what you all were talking about.
Okay.
You're not going to bring a new GM in with the old head coach. That makes zero sense because 9 times out of 10, that GM, he's probably not going to like Matt Nagy. He's going to fire his ass immediately and then bring in his guy. So, yeah, you have to get rid of Nagy before Pace. My opinion, both of them.
I like the both. I honestly, there's no way, though. I honestly don't think there would be man in a football. Well, how do we do this? Football maniacal enough to do both. If they do both, that means they deserve a fucking round of applause from the fans. They deserve a day where everybody buys some swag from the Chicago Bears because that means they've done something right. They're going to fucking start over. And I just don't think that's going to happen. However, everybody on the panel all agrees except H.L. Priest. He's the only one that wants Pace and to keep Nagy that I can see. If you want to keep fire Pace and keep Nagy, let us know in the chat. I'm not there. I've seen enough. I see B. Shoe. I played it earlier, so you were able to see it too. Just the rigmarole on Mitch Trubisky. This weekend, obviously, we got breaking news that Mitch Trubisky.
Breaking news. The tape never lies. Network breaking news.
Yes, breaking news. Mitch Trubisky apparently is going to be the starter, and I say that because it's been broken.
Get your water bottle, Ryan, in honor of Mitch. Get it up there and squeeze it.
Everyone's like, I got my power zero. Yeah. Unfortunately, our head coach couldn't just come out. He came out and praised Mitch, his struggle, but I thought Ryan Cox eloquently handled that. It's almost like self-praise that I did this for this reason so he could have this dramatic comeback in the chariot and with the whips. He's the fucking ultimate warrior coming back. Now, all of a sudden, Nagy's there. What's your belief, Lawrence? Is your belief in Mitch Trubisky, the quarterback? Do you think Coach Nagy did him dirty?
You can say that to a certain extent. I do believe that coaching plays a huge role in any player on the field's success. He didn't tailor the offense to fit Mitch's skill set. And just over this whole entire time, we still haven't had an identity in year 3. I hate his press conferences. I'm not going to lie to you. It's the same shit every week, week in and week out. He always talks about, oh, this is the white part. You are the white part, in my opinion. You're the reason why our offense is not succeeding.
Exactly.
So, in all honesty, yeah, I don't believe that, I don't even think he even liked Mitch. It just doesn't seem like he likes Mitch to me.
He don't.
Look at Otis. I love Otis. Otis bringing it in here. He doesn't. Yeah,
he just doesn't.
I feel like it was very telling. I thought Rex Ryan, you could love him or hate him, but I thought that he was looking for a reason to bench him. And then you brought this guy who's a known backup, who's always injured, as Shane has said many times, and you saw a glimmer. You saw it. And then all of a sudden, what happened? 2.2 all of a sudden became whatever Pythagorean theorem to make it a negative is. That's what it was. So now it's like the worst. I mean, when you have ESPN's Mike Greenberg using the word atrocious, you're Ted Phillips. What's his name? From The Simpsons. Why do I always fucking forget this motherfucker? Milhouse. Thank you. I just want to. Milhouse he's even got to take notice that Greenberg is calling you atrocious. You came here to fix the offense, and you've done the complete opposite. No matter what you say in a presser, no matter what you do in a presser, it ain't gonna be fixed. It's on you to do it. And Shane, you said it tonight. You hear him go from me to we. I don't even think he says me. He always says we when it's something bad.
Yeah, when he was talking about Cole Kmet, he did, because you know how I am with that shit, Phil. I'll take a little thing like that, and I'm like, it drives me fucking crazy. But he's like, yeah, that's on me. That's on us. So
that's on it. He
said it real quick. Oh fuck! I just put myself up front and center. Now I'm gonna fucking throw Clancy Barone under the fucking bus, and I'm gonna throw Bill Lazor under the bus, and everybody else involved in the offense. But that's
they've been throwing them back though. Barone put it out there.
Oh, Barone put it out
He's
there.
You don't even scheme for your talented players to get money.
That was throwing fucking gas on the fire. Phil, when I sent that quote to Phil, he thought it was fake at first.
Real news.
He's like, bro, this can't be fucking real. And we don't have a lot of him routes. That's your fucking head coach saying that.
No problem.
Yeah, this is the fucking tight end that you're telling the fucking GM, this is the guy that can run my fucking offense, and you won't even put him on the field. But even if that was the fucking... Yeah, exactly. 43 overall. That's why Phil and I were pissed draft night.
Let me say this. Shane, you and my dad made this point on BHL. I was watching it back. Even in the world of football, physicality-wise, you have these 6'6" guys that could just box out and get the fucking first down. Just get the first down.
Simple fucking football.
Matchup, mano-y-mano. You know who was saying that? Former Cowboy. Now he's on ESPN. What's this dude's name? Shit. He's on in the morning, the wake up. This former Spears. Marcus Spears. He goes, listen, Jimmy Graham has never been a blocker. He's never been. Everybody and their brother, every GM, every coach, everybody knows.
That's not why he was brought here anyway.
What his job is to get up in someone's face, body them, and use his size advantage to his advantage. And we've seen that but twice, and it's early on. You talk about not scheming. You're on the goal line, and you're fucking in shotgun telling everybody what you're doing. Everybody. You go into Wildcat Wildcat. You're
Yeah.
going to Wild. You haven't even done one thing right, but we're going to do Wildcat right? It's the most disgusting display.
With Anthony Miller and Darnell Mooney as part of the fucking package. Like they're gonna.
And Nick Foles was out there blocking.
Yeah.
He didn't block it. He just walked through the park. It was like, is this Thanksgiving bar crawl?
At least with remember with Cutler that time they ran, he just like fuck this. He just fucking stood there. He just stood there. He's like, go ahead. I'm not even gonna fucking
He
try
ain't
it.
blocking nobody.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so amazingly and to your point, Otis, Mama's boy Otis, Mark Trestman actually gave you game plan situations where he motioned and traded and got the matchup on Anthony Marshall or Alshon Jeffrey that they were looking for. You don't see that happen here. Even on that goal line play that I put up there, where Mooney streaking straight across and Cordarrelle is the hot read. There's two reads there. Nick don't read one of them. He just fucking throws it up into the air. It's like you can't be an offensive, registered voter here in whatever country or city.
No politics, Phil.
Well, I'm just saying, you can't say this guy's a guru because he comes from the Andy Reid, who, by the way, has every fucking Madden MVP 99 ranked player on his team.
Man.
Anybody could call play. Mike Greenberg could call a good game for the Kansas City Chiefs. So don't give me Andy Reid as your superlative for a good coach. Give me somebody that's a fucking teacher and that's maniacal. I can't say it enough. I can't. Chicago, the city, you could say whatever the fuck you want. The city is a football town. They're blood, sweat, and tears, blue collar. You need someone that speaks to the people and speaks to teaching and coaching. A lot of people love Lovie Smith. Get it? A lot of people love. I love Jim Harbaugh. People are get fucking Harbaugh. I'll make a case for Harbaugh on the next show. I promise Shane and everybody that this would be an early show, and I get to talking, and I have these great guys here. So we're gonna do. We cut down the show tonight. It's a family show, but we're going to do one segment with you guys. Right, okay. Shane? We are going to do...
Let's do it.
Bear up, bear down with the boys tonight. So how this is going to be played is... I wrote it down, Shane. Do you remember how I wrote it?
Bear up, a bear down. Shut up, bear and small human, bear up, a bear down.
Look at that.
See?
Look at that.
Nice.
That's our boy Claudio Abreu in Canada. His daughter is singing the song. We will get to coach.
We have fans in Canada.
Oh, we got fans in Canada. Look at that. Awesome. So how we're going to play this game. Who was the bear down is going to be who you thought was the worst of the first half. Okay?
Players only. Players only.
Because everyone's going to pick Nagy.
Oh my God.
And then bear up is going to be who stepped up and played better than you thought or was the standout in your mind of the first half. And then you could throw in with the chat room somebody you think is going to be, and then we'll get into... And then we'll finish up with our predictions, which, by the way, Cherie, I'm working on an original segment song for the segment of bold predictions and predictions. It's a Draft Dr. Phil original that's almost done. So I'm excited for that. Next week, we'll get to that. But this week, we're going to do it the regular way. So we start this so you guys have time to think. We always snake this, so we'll start with our bear down. Will be our first guest on here tonight. Patron number 13, lucky number 13. It'll be Ryan Cox. So here we go. Bear up, bear down.
Phil Ottochian, Shayne Marsaw. The Tape Never Lies Network.
A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, bear down. It's It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up. This week, Draft Dr. Phil and Shayne Marsaw, the smartest man. Bear ups and bear downs of the week.
All right, guys, you know the game. You guys are patrons. You're fans of this network. Your blood, sweat, and tears. We're going to start it off like this. Actually, Shayne, you went first last week, or last week. So I'm going to put you second. I'm going to put Otis right over here because he's patron numero uno. Look at how I did that. And then, obviously, is anybody fucking with Lawrence tonight? Because I wouldn't. I'm glad you're on my team, Lawrence.
Oh, I mean, like, not that way.
Lawrence has those Thomas Jones arms.
Yeah, he does.
Pop out. I wish I had arms like that ever in my life. Never have had that. But you're number 3. Okay? Lawrence, so it's going to go Ryan, Shayne, Lawrence, Phil, Mama's boy Otis. He's one of a kind. So you get the double dip. So you get the bear down and bear up, Otis. Okay? If you're playing in the chat, please, we're going to share yours. We don't have Claudio. He's smoking weed with the fam. But we always started off with the negative. We want to end on a positive tonight. Ryan, who is your bear down so far of this season?
There are a lot to choose from.
That's good. That means Mama's boy Otis is going to be okay.
And I want to say first and foremost, thank you for putting me on first, so I wouldn't have to follow up these guys.
Yeah.
Holy cow. All right, but so we've already talked about this guy. He was a guy who I thought was going to be the breakout guy on offense, and after the first game, I thought that was going to come to fruition.
Yeah.
But since then, it's just been a total regression. And I'm so disappointed in Anthony Miller because I've listened to you guys talk about the talent every single week. The talent is there. It's there. Right. But he seems to do something every game to let the team down. And it's so frustrating because I thought this guy would be a Pro Bowler this year. I mean, like you said, the talent is there, but it's so disappointing. So, Anthony Miller, you are my bear down.
Look at that. He does it right out the gate. He finishes it. I was hoping that I didn't have to, correct you. Hey, you got to say it. But listen, you are a veteran here. And really, that was a great bear down. Talk about a guy I'm going to steal from you, Shayne, who's been so inconsistent. The talent is there. The motivate you got to tread that line with Anthony Miller of arrogance to production. And that's coaching. I'm sorry. You know what would free him, Otis? A fucking stern talking to and a benching, a humbling.
Yeah.
When you get humbled, your life changes. I can't wait to see fired up fucking Mitch on Sunday. That's something for me to look forward to. This will tell me the pedigree of Mitch Trubisky. I don't give a fuck that this guy's calling the plays. I just want to see the pedigree, the persona of the guy. But I'm getting off topic. But Anthony Miller, great choice. Shayne Marsaw, bear down. Who's your guy?
I'm going to stay on the same side of the ball because I think we could all stay there, let's be honest. But as soon as this trade was made, I was sick. I was pissed. I know dumbass Swanky was in the chat telling me how good this guy was, but we all know that Swanky's a dumb fuck. Happy Thanksgiving. Piece of shit, Swanky. But anyways, yeah, Nick Foles, get the fuck out of here. You can't sit here and preach that the guy knows the fucking offense and he's going to be like a second coach on the field. I understand that the offensive line isn't holding up their end of the bargain, but This guy was billed as being fucking accurate, and you can count on his deep ball. Yes, he's hit a couple, but there's been times where he is spooked enough, I know, from the offensive line, but he's had a clean pocket where he can step up, deliver the fucking ball, and he hasn't. And that's Nick Foles is who Nick Foles always is, who has always been. He's a 3 or a 4 game guy, and we got 3/4 out of him instead of the games. But it's hey, and the thing about it is, sad part, the way that this contract is set up, unless the Bears move off of him, he can opt into his contract for not just this year coming up, but for the next 2 years, it's player option. He's not going to opt out of that contract. So Nick Foles is going to be here next year again. And never been a Nick Foles fan. I thought he was, he had a horseshoe fully embedded in his ass with that run with Philly because they had one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. You saw that their defense got cranked up and they went full-blown attack mode almost every single snap, and then they started to believe, because that's how football works. You get a little bit of confidence, you start to believe, and it incites the fan base, the players, the coaches, and that you get to a point where you go into a game, and you're like, I don't give a fuck who we're playing. We're here to kick your fucking ass, and then we're going to go play next week. Right now, we're so far removed from that, from the Chicago Bears. We're just like, I'd shit my pants if we scored 2 touchdowns in a game. That's how far we've fallen. But so, number 9, Nick Foles, to me, it's an easy bear down because it's a colossal failure by the GM, by the head coach, and by the quarterback himself.
Look at you. Can't argue. You look at it, Nick Foles, Otis, I see you agreeing with Shane. The chat room is agreeing, except one person's pissed at you. Tony's pissed at you. We'll see. But anyway.
What?
Good
what did
choice.
He say? What did Tony say? I can address Tony. I'm not afraid of Tony either.
No, I don't. I saw something. What did he say?
Oh,
fuck you,
Shane, fuck you for saying that. We need Foles to see if Nagy was as stupid as he looked.
He was being sarcastic.
That's not too bad.
Tony, you're
We need
back.
more evidence for that.
Tony Soprano. Hey, how you doing? Lawrence, you are up. You have pressure. You got to step up in the pocket and deliver here. You're bear down.
Well, speaking of pressure, I'm going to flip it to the other side of the ball, to a guy that we invested a lot of money in, and someone who I expected to play much better this year.
I know where he's going.
And that's Eddie Jackson.
That was going to be
That was
Lawrence.
going to be my pick.
100% honesty. That was going to be my thing. I was going to take Eddie too.
I was going to take him if Lawrence took my guy.
This guy, man. Yeah. Listen,
Eddie got paid.
We see this guy. He doesn't. Yeah, he got paid, and this guy does not want to get dirty every week, week in, week out. This guy will not wrap up. He might give you a little bump or something, but he's not wrapping up. He doesn't want to get face dirty, not at all. The only thing he's looking for is the pick. It's blown coverages by this guy a lot of the times to me. So, we invested too much money for this guy to be playing to that level.
Totally agree.
So yeah, Eddie Jackson, you're my bear down.
Eddie's too busy going on Twitter talking about how many targets he's got. It's because everybody's fucking running at your ass because you're not going to tackle anybody.
Don't you think it's ironic that he was the one giving the post-game speech after the Vikings game, saying, talking about accountability?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Talk about that is a reflection of the coach, because if you got somebody like that talking, you shut them up real quick by give them a fucking piece of the humble pie. Who the fuck are you talking? You haven't fucking wrapped up and I come from my dad. I'm thinking that I'm in good hands with Allstate here. I'm in fucking no good hands with Pace and fucking Millhouse and these fucking politics. Nobody's holding anybody accountable in Chicago. They're going off of fucking press clippings. And what you did for me lately doesn't fucking matter. You need to play with passion every time. You know what the game mattered to? You can list them off. You never had to question Mike Brown's toughness and integrity. Did you ever have to question Urlacher? Is Urlacher going to show up today? Is Urlacher going to play today? Fucking, are you serious? Did you ever have to question somebody like Steve McMichael or fucking Dan Hampton? Do you have to question these guys? No, you didn't. You can see who the real deal leaders are and who wants the money. And that's where I'm going right now. With my bear down, you all know me. I'm going to keep it 100. A buck is a buck. If this guy was on the show, I'd tell him right to his face. The hard questions would be asked. Why are you on this football team as a leader of men on the offensive line and you're not fundamentally sound to showcase to everybody else that this matters? Why, since you've gotten paid, is it not important to you to cut off block, to seal the edge, to help this football team, to protect? Why are you on the ground 9 plays out of 11? Why are you not playing to the whistle? Why are you playing over your feet? Why is your short set so bad that people placate the fucking twist game to bury you? Why is it okay to say it's okay with where I am now and not we'll talk about me later? And why can't those questions be asked of this player who's supposed to be, who's gotten paid, who's the left tackle? He's supposed to be the protector of the quarterback. He's done no such thing. Why, as a veteran, are you false starting when there's nobody in the fucking stands? Nobody. Charles Leno, you are my bear down. I can't say anything more than that. I didn't write that out, Otis. It came from my heart, man.
Hey, I get it, man, and you're absolutely right. But we stand right on that line because, as much as we talking about Leno not, improving and doing better, we need to talk about Cody Whitehair too, because he seems very soft in that middle.
Yeah.
Man. That dude gets pushed back just as much. He don't fall. That's the only difference between him and Leno.
I wonder if we're not going to see a little more inspired player Sunday night in Cody Whitehair because his boy is going to be back under center now.
Yeah.
Hey, look, maybe, man, maybe that's what it is, man. But Cody Whitehair, man, has been a little bit of a disappointment, man, too, because he has not stepped up and taken this line and made it his own. Because he should be doing that at this point, and that's why Cody Whitehair is my bear now.
Look at that. You guys got through it. You got the bear downs. I'm going to say this about Cody. He had to deal with COVID. He did get injured. He's been flip-flopped around. Shayne has talked about this. No other offensive line. The only guy.
No other franchise does it like Chicago.
He is our best lineman right now. And
that's not the, that's how bad it is.
That's exactly. That is.
It's true.
It's true.
Because James Daniels, even hurt right now, to me, is our best lineman.
Oh, without a doubt. The way James was playing, you were finally seeing someone develop under this franchise. Shayne,
but that's not because of them. That's his own personal thing. He did that.
He looked in the mirror and said, "I want to be better." Yes.
He knew he was soft last year, and he came back a man. And that was going to be my bear up. I mean, we can do
No. You got it. Hold on. We got to transition. Come on, man. I got to produce the show. Claudio's not here. This is how we're going to go to bear up. There you go. We got fans everywhere singing the song, Shayne. I know you don't give me credit a lot, but I know you like that song.
Yeah, she was a better singer than you were.
My girls sing this because they hear me on this all the time. So.
There you go. They like the bear up, bear down song, huh? All right.
Actually, they like the tape never lies, man. They be doing that.
Oh, all right.
Nice.
Nice. The tape never lies.
That's going to be a Patreon show. We're going to do an all kids show.
Yeah,
Phil and I will
bring
be
on
directing
your
them. Yeah.
kids. We're going to direct them. We're going to bring on the patrons' kids.
Yeah.
We're going to talk some football.
Yeah.
So let
Greg
me ask you
Braggs
about...
is going to host that show.
All right. Bear up, Otis. Who's your bear up of the first half?
I know he didn't play a lot of games, but he looked like he cared about this sport that we love. He went during this COVID off season and changed his body. He should have got his whole offensive line to do that because we'd be in a better situation if we had. James Daniels, man, came and he was doing his duty, man. He improved without, in my opinion, Nagy's information. Because if Nagy and them was pushing everybody the same way, then everyone should have improved, not just him. So James Daniels is my bear up.
Look at that. Short and sweet. Yeah, we got a little taste of James Daniels, and I liked what I saw. You saw I don't think it was coincidental.
I didn't even take a swipe at Phil's height when he said that either. Ryan Cox was waiting for me to say something. And I heard short and sweet. He was waiting for me. I was right there, Bob. Happy Thanksgiving,
worse,
Phil. I love you.
I've been called worse. I've been called worse. But
James, you think you're motherfucking Netflix? Oh, I'm sorry.
Listen,
inside joke.
James Daniels is something to build on. You hit it out of the park, Otis. People want more Otis in the future. That's what we're doing here. We're bringing you, the fan, on the show. This week is Family Week, Packer Week, Rivalry Week. Bringing these guys, patrons, and the voice of the tape never lies, doing bear up, bear down for the first half of the season. I'm going to go into this, and I just want one other thing. The future is bright. When somebody takes a look in the mirror and decides to bet on themselves is when you see the growth of a football player. That's what I see in James Daniels, and that's what I said so many times on the air. It was no coincidence that the running game and the offensive line looked a hell of a lot better in those first few weeks because James Daniels' presence in there. That being said, I'm going to go with my bear up. I'm probably going to steal somebody's, but I got to keep it a buck. You know, I'm critical of people when we don't have answers or we're getting backstories or there's a lie or we don't know. But when people shut everybody up by playing the game of football with their heart and passion, that's what I see in this football player. Listen, there's not been a better player on the field these last 4 weeks than Roquan Smith. You look at the way he plays the football game, I don't have to worry on Sunday, is Roquan going to be ready? I know. And I've been hard on Roquan. That's what the tape doesn't lie. The tape never lies, Lawrence, right? So I'm looking at Roquan. Roquan came out there, and from personal reasons and all that shit from last year, he took to the football field and did his homework and became a leader on that defense with so many superstars. The way he plays the football game, the way he covers receivers, tight ends, backs out of the backfield, this is a showcase of somebody that's in this system, in this culture, that's showcasing and stepping out like a Khalil Mack, that just puts it on the tape. When those people that translate tape see Roquan, they see somebody that's standing out. And Roquan Smith, you are my bear up.
Great pick.
Awesome pick.
Lawrence, you are
definitely
up.
a good pick.
I appreciate it, man. I probably stole your pick.
He was one of them, though, most definitely. But I'm going to stay on that side of the ball as well. And someone else that we invested a lot of money in, Kyle Fuller. This guy,
Kyle Fuller.
That was mine. Yeah.
He's been consistent.
Ryan Cox got it stolen.
He's been really consistent, man. The guy's a hitter too. He's not afraid to get his nose dirty. And I hate when they call the bullshit flag. Throw the flag on him though almost every time he makes a big ass hit game. Like, it's taken away from what the game is. It's a collision sport. There's gonna be big hits in the game. Deal with the shit. Man up, take it, get up, play ball. Simple as that. So yeah, Kyle Fuller. It's my bear up the first half of the season.
Is that Mama Boy Otis singing in the background? Who's that singing?
Hey, they can hear you, honey. That's my daughter.
I was trying to figure out who's singing.
Hey,
At first, I thought it was Shane, and then he left. So now I know.
Hey,
home. She's singing. She's singing. What was she singing?
She's just doing her little
She's just humming. She's humming.
She's doing a puzzle and just humming
okay.
and stuff.
That's okay. I thought it was Shane singing, but then the notes were too precise.
Hey, you know I got pipes. As long as you don't give me crazy Christmas songs, I can.
Lawrence picked Kyle Fuller. Let me say this real quick about Fuller. The most underappreciated football player maybe in the entire NFC. He does not get the love of a Peterson and Xavier Rhodes when he was here. And they're even saying Jair Alexander is the best corner. I'm like, Kyle Fuller is physical. The play he made against Thielen that I put up in the Patriot, I mean, come on. To undercut that and read the stem and dive on that timing. That's a play in a moment. That's football. Game of inches. We say it, but we don't take time out to appreciate it. That's why I think this network's so important. Kyle Fuller, physical. He could play. Honestly, I forget what guest we had on, but I think it might have been Olin. He is elite, but this is a guy like Rod Woodson for the Steelers that could transition as he gets up here to safety. And that's why you're a Pro Bowler. I'd say you don't let this guy go. He is somebody that's home.
That's why you have to rework his deal because his number jumps. When he signed that deal with Green Bay that we matched, they set it up because there's a game within a game when it comes to this stuff. Green Bay assumed that this would be the year coming up after this season that we would have to pay the quarterback. So they ballooned Kyle Fuller's cap figure up to like 23 or 24 million to coincide with that, which is, hey, it's smart business. It sucks to be a Bears fan that way. But to me, to Phil's point, Kyle Fuller is classic case of a guy that you extend, and I don't give a shit if it's 5+ years. You do it because he's a guy that you get locked in here. He's a core piece of this team. He's a guy that you're not going to have to worry about any bullshit off the field. He's going to be one of your toughest workers.
He'll take over for Eddie Jackson.
And when he loses a step, then you just take a couple extra steps back and you're a safety.
Exactly.
I totally agree. It's a great point.
Think about him with real quick with the Tampa game. He's the reason why you win that game. That explosive tackle, forcing the fumble, short field, your offense sucks, you get it in, you score a point. This guy has been the catalyst of creating excitement on your defense that needs turnovers. You got to love Kyle Fuller. Great choice, Lawrence. Ryan Cox, the pressure's on you. Who's your bear up? We skipped over you, Shane.
I'm going to go a little outside the box here. And quite honestly, I can't believe I'm doing this. But we have had a void at kicker
I know where he's going.
for a very long time. A long time. I mean, we saw all the charades last year and thought we had a kicker then. Lo and behold, he gets hurt. And I thought the Cairo Santos signing was, I was not excited whatsoever.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I thought he was done. I didn't think he could kick 40 yards. But lo and behold, this guy's been on the money every single game, time in, time out, in the clutch too, in the clutch. And so, it feels nice to finally have that, what looks to be that position settled and filled, and hopefully for the foreseeable future. So, Cairo Santos is my bear up.
Look at that. Never in my life I think a kicker would be a bear up in this situation.
Wait.
But it's a great point. He's
Only
been our
4.
offense. He's
our only
Nagy's
scorer.
guru.
And Nagy's taking points from him.
Yeah, he should have kicked those field goals.
He
would have.
passing on him.
He doesn't understand situational football, and Shane jokes about my math. I'm saying you got to kick there and get points. He's been our best scorer.
Yeah.
But that's hindsight. Great job there. Shane, wrap us up on this segment.
I was going to go off the radar a little bit and give some love to my guy Mario Edwards. I know overall he hasn't had an outstanding season, but I'm not gonna go there because I don't think he's played enough. But I'm gonna
Playoffs.
exactly. I'm gonna take us back to draft day, and this is a guy that I was very worried about because of the injury history, and to this point it has not been a factor. Thank baby Jesus and Otis's mom and everybody that is worried about football. But Jalen Johnson has shown me this year that he is a foundational piece moving forward for this defense. He is going to be the guy, Phil, to your point, when Kyle Fuller does lose a step and he goes back, he's the dog that's going to take over there. I don't know if people realize how difficult it is to play cornerback as a rookie. And I mean, this kid literally just turned 21, I think 10 days before the draft. So he's been 21 for this entire season. And he's had his hiccups. You're going to have that as a cornerback. I don't give a shit who you are, but you have to have that next up mentality. Oh, I got beat. All right, it's not going to happen again. We're on to the next play. He's shown me that. I mean, he's got every attribute in the book that you want as a cornerback. I mean, he's got the size, he's got the speed, the athleticism. His biggest thing, he would have been a top 20 pick, Phil, all day long. You and I talked about him.
Yep.
Talent was never an issue there with him. It was the fucking shoulder injuries where he was nicked up. And when you're a cornerback, especially in this division, I mean, the NFL's pass happy now. You have to fucking tackle. Jalen Johnson has proven himself that he is a fixture on this defense moving forward, along with guys like Roquan, and hopefully Eddie pulls his head out of his ass because he's a part of that too. But Jalen Johnson, you're my bear up.
Bear up. I love the hand movements going on.
Yeah.
Lawrence, what do you think of those hand movements she's got? I mean, you haven't moved yet, so I want to make sure he's like
I'm gonna be honest with you.
thing.
I just got in from the gym a little while ago. My body is sore as hell right now.
Oh, you work out? Really?
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
So-
All the chilling, that's all that is.
Listen, we're going to move on. We're going to do our last segment here, but I got to do some business before we do that. And it's Bears Hour Live is this Sunday after the Bears Hour Live immediately after Packers Bears. There you go. Guys, our last bit of job is predictions. Bold predictions. Do you have your predictions ready? Let's go. We're going to get to it right after this.
I don't give a fuck that he smokes weed. They all smoke weed.
Smoke weed every day.
There you go. That'll set us up.
Predictions. This is the funeral portion of our show.
Yes. Listen, we're going to start it off with you, Otis, Mama Boy Otis. Give us your prediction for this Sunday.
All right, let's go with, and we're going to keep it at 20 Bears, 17 Packers. I got us winning only on the back that Mitch is back, and the team will rise up to the occasion just to.
Otis stole Carr's edibles, I think.
Hey, look, this is how I feel. This is how I feel. I believe
listen. Let him feel.
I hope you're right, man.
I believe they would be sparked by Mitch coming back. I believe Mitch is gonna ball out, and I mainly believe that because the plays that I saw Laser calling last week fit Mitch more than they fit Foles. And I believe if Laser is calling them plays like that you're gonna get a better production out of Mitch.
I like it.
Ultimately helps us. So yeah.
20-17.
20-17. Bold prediction. Bears win.
That is pretty bold.
That is pretty bold.
That is. Yeah. Lawrence, the voice of Bears Barn. I'm Bears Barn. Look at me. I'm fumbling here. Fumbled that. You
boy.
You shocked me there.
Where fuck's that edit button? Where's that edit button?
The
voice of the Tape Never Lies Network. Look at me fumbling. Let me isolate. Can I get a voice, a station ID from you, Lawrence? Live? This is Lawrence Fleming.
Oh, absolutely.
Here we go. You ready? I'm going to count you down.
Take
this off. Yeah, I'm going to count you down. You ready? Take that scroll off, Shane.
Yes, sir.
3, 2, 1.
This is Lawrence, a.k.a. The Voice. You're listening to Keeping It 100 with the smartest man in Draft Dr. Phil on the Tape Never Lies Network.
Look at this guy. Look. Let me put Otis's response there. Otis, is that a 10 out of 10?
That's a good voice.
We got to have Otis do one. ISO Otis, you're up next, bud.
Otis, you're up next. Then we're gonna do cop. That's gonna be the tough one to beat.
That.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. You want a countdown?
Yep.
Right.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, this Mama's boy Otis here on Bears 100 Proof.
No.
You did that to me.
I'm calling your mother on that one. Otis just done fucked up, Mama.
Keeping it 100. I know. I messed. I'll take the blame.
Otis just went all Brett Mailey on us.
He went off. Yeah. Hey, I messed it up first, so.
He got me in that mindset.
Listen, when you follow the voice, it's hard because Lawrence Fleming crushed it. So now, are you ready now?
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, you listen to Mama Boy Otis on the Tape Never Lies Network with Phil and Shayne.
Look at you. He took the easy way out.
Yeah, he did.
He took the flat route.
Throw me a screen pass, Nagy. 3rd and 13. Give me the screen pass.
At first, he was running Wildcat. And then he's like, fuck this. I'm throwing the flat route. Exactly. Listen.
Oh, God.
I'm not hating on you. Ryan, you ready for this? You're the last one. All right. I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, this is Ryan Cox. You're watching my brothers, Shane, Phil. I'm Keeping It 100, part of the Tape Never Lies Network.
Whoa.
Nice.
Otis.
Poor Otis, man.
Otis Spunkmeyer cooking now. You remember those?
Yeah.
Oh, they used to serve those in our cafeteria. That came in like late. Yeah. I was in 8th grade. Those motherfuckers smelled the whole calf up. Claudio was in fucking 6th grade. He was like fiending for those things, bro. Smoking weed in the fucking the woods and shit. I'll let Claudio tell his story, though. I won't tell it. It's funny, though. You got to hear this story. I'm Keeping It 100. Where are we now? Have we done our station ideas? Prediction, Lawrence, the voice.
So, I'm actually taking the Bears to win this game. I'm going 24-17. I think they've had 2 weeks to prepare. It's going to be very interesting to see if they actually fit the scheme to mission, actually come out with this jumbo tight end formation, max protection, something that Bill Lazor was kind of known for. So that's going to be interesting to me. My bold prediction, David Montgomery gets over 100 rushing yards in 20 attempts.
Oh. That's some bold predictions there tonight. I know Cherie must be
20 attempts, man.
20 attempts.
Yeah,
20 attempts. Listen,
I love it.
Listen, I love it. I love it. We always keep it 100. Well, I love Otis, but I gotta call it out.
Hey,
right,
it's
Otis?
all good. Hey, man,
Exactly.
we good.
Listen, if you were my offensive coordinator, I would have said the same thing. Like, Otis, next time we're gonna throw that fucking deep seam. I got you. Exactly. I love you, bro. Shane, let's go with our guest. What am I doing? Ryan Cox. Let's go. Who do you got? What do you got? Be honest here.
Well, I'd love to pick the Bears. I really would, but I mean, one thing I've learned is never trust the Bears after a bye week.
Sounds like our YouTube comments, doesn't it, Phil? I fucking love you guys.
You guys are the best.
Real quick. I fucking hate you motherfuckers.
Nah, Otis, man. Otis always leaves that nice
right.
response. Go ahead.
I'll go, and I hate to do this, but 23-20 Green Bay.
Oh.
I can't trust Matt Nagy or the Bears after a bye week. I just can't. As for bold predictions, I'm going to say that Allen Robinson actually catches a red zone touchdown. They actually target him down there more than once.
What a novel concept.
Yeah. This is where we're at.
Jimmy Graham, Cole Kmet, and Allen Robinson. Let's
Who
use
goes to
them.
that stars in the red zone? That's crazy talk.
Let's put them all on the red zone. Let's run Cordarrelle Patterson on inside zone.
Oh.
Oh my God. It's like a dream. It's like a nightmare that keeps going.
A nightmare.
I'm going to take a second, speaking of nightmares, and tell you Netflix actually has a good show that I want you to check out. And it's actually a show, I don't know what country it's from, but you have to select English when you put the audio. It's called Paranormal. And I found it to be very interesting. It was in the Middle East somewhere. It takes place in hauntings and paranormal. It's really good. I enjoyed it. I think it's 6-7 episodes. If you're looking for something to check out, I try to do this every Keepin It 100. Only you don't give a fuck, Shane. Oh, Shane, you're so sweet. You're so sweet.
The end's right there.
You're so sweet. You're so nice. Shane, your bold prediction and your prediction.
Well, I'm not going to be scared to say it. The Bears are going to get fucking boat raced Sunday Night Football. 34-13. Green Bay wins.
13.
Yep. I think we might see George McCaskey so pissed off he shaves his fucking mustache. I'm dead serious. He's going to go all fucking sorts of crazy. Now, listen, I'm usually an eternal optimist when it comes to this team. I hate picking against them. This, to Ryan's point, they've shown me nothing that they're going to learn from their mistakes coming off of a bye week. Matt Nagy has shown me nothing that he's going to change. Did he inspire confidence in anybody today when he was speaking?
No.
I can't believe he's going behind closed doors and everybody's going to be like, "Oh fuck yeah, we're ready, we're ready to go." And what do the Bears do on primetime when they're fucking down? You know, when they're fighting, scratching and clawing to get back into this. I don't see it ending well. You know, the defense will make plays. I think that we're going to be pissed off. You know, I think they'll probably have a couple of plays called back because we're going to see the bullshit that Green Bay gets away with, like always. But we talk about defining games and you know, you're going to be choosing your path. And this is one of those games where I think you see it go real bad. And I think, you hear the whispers of George being pissed with Nagy and the way that the offense is set up. And we know what happens when they lose to the Packers, especially on national TV. And I think this is going to be a franchise-altering shift in getting the wheels in motion for what's next in terms of head coach. I think that's the direction that they're heading. I really do. I just don't have any faith that he's going to get these guys rolling enough to do what's right. Because if you want to inspire confidence, you're going to come out and you're going to fucking say, you know what? I made the wrong fucking call. I should have stuck with Mitch. He's my guy. He's going to get it. We believe in him. He's going to help get us out of this hole that I put us into. I'm part of the problem here. I haven't been good enough. I can't bench myself right now. I'm here. I'm the head coach. I'm going to be part of the group effort that gets us out of this hole. Because, guys, they're still fucking 5-5.
Crazy.
You go out Sunday night and you beat the fucking Packers. You're 6-5. They're fucking 7-4.
Exactly.
As bad as this has went. Let that shit settle in. I just don't think that it's going to happen. I don't have a lot of confidence that the Bears are going to figure it out. I hate to say that they're going to give up 34 points on defense, but they can be very, very explosive. And at some point, I just believe the defense is going to have a fucking boiling point, and then that's where shit's going to really, really get bad. So I picked, 30, what did I say? 34-13? Yeah. Green Bay wins. My bold prediction, we're going to see a Cole Kmet touchdown. There you go. Can you imagine?
There you go. In the hunt. In the hunt, eye roll. Where was that comment? I like
it. 100 is rough sometimes.
Listen, he's keeping it 100.
Hey, look, you're right. I get it. Hey, it's rough.
Listen, I'm going to keep it 100 real quick because it's Thanksgiving Eve. And I promised my wife we would do this short. And we're 2 hours and 38 minutes in. That's how we do it here. But I'm keeping it 100 with you. Listen, I'm excited about the opportunity for Mitch Trubisky and then getting David Montgomery back. My confidence in this coach is zero, less than zero. Remember that movie back in the 80s? Or is it 90s? Less than zero, Public Enemy. They'll freaking give you a copyright claim if I even say their name.
Oh, my God, yeah. Let's not go there.
But the reality is, it's so hard to understand what team is going to show up. So I'm going to go with my heart tonight. I'm not going to go with the Nagy because I have zero belief in a coach preparing to play a rival. But I'm going to put it on the players. And I'm going to say this. Khalil Mack, Roquan Smith, and Akeem Hicks and company are going to go out there and battle their asses off to change the narrative that's going on in the city of Chicago. The fans need a positivity. What better dragon to slay than the one up in Green Bay? And in my heart, Shane, I'm going with, which I normally don't, but I'm going to say because Trubisky comes back and the timing of David Montgomery, I think they're going to showcase what a shithead this fucking coach is for doing what he's done. And Laser, did we ever get an answer if Bill's calling the plays or not today? No. We got a same old smudge tape. Just like we couldn't get what Shane said. That's what a real man says as a head coach. It's my fault. This needs to be better. Mitch is our guy. We're going to go out there. Instead, we're playing fucking tiddlywinks because we could see the fucking horse before the cart here. We could see the reality that Nick didn't even fucking practice today. Now, all of a sudden, he's going to be starting against the Packers on Sunday night. Just keep it a buck. You ain't getting an advantage, you asshole. You've stopped Braggs from filming you in shorts. Who gives a fuck? No one cares about your triple reverse and your fucking plays. What they care about is teachers. So my belief in him is zero. But we have a great kick returner. We've had some great moments on defense. And really, that's going to be the opposite of the tape never lies, because the tape tells me the Bears are going to lose 28-10. My heart tells me, and the emotion and passion tells me that Chicago's going to win 20-17 in Lambeau. Is that the same score as you, Otis?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're together, man. 20-17. Mitch drives him down, hits David. I could see this now. Hits David Montgomery on a little wheel route. He breaks a tackle, gets right into Cairo Santos' scoring range. All Bears fans start getting nervous because you got to hit this 38-yard field goal to win the game. 17-17. Sunday Night Football. Cairo puts it through the uprights, and we go live right after that. It'll be something. Remember that I said that because on Bears Hour Live, I will address my heart. So my heart was in Chicago with Mama's boy Otis, my boy Lawrence Fleming in North Carolina, right? With Ryan Cox.
Oh, no,
you
sir.
guys around the world listening in. We love you guys. It was a great show tonight. Obviously, no Claudio, no cars, no dumbest tweets this week. Just wanted to keep it focused on football, focused on you guys. We can't thank you guys enough. A little business. Become a patron, right? You guys are all a part of that. We appreciate the support and the love that you guys have given us. If you're not a patron, it's right there. Where is it? I'm sorry. I'm trying to talk and produce, Claudia.
Real quick, Phil.
Go ahead. There it is. The tape never lies.
Kofi said he's waiting for the tape to come out from the Minnesota game. That came out last week, bud.
That came out last week. It's up on the YouTube channel. Come on, Kofi.
Swing and a miss.
Listen, there it is. The tape never lies.com. Become a patron. We're trying to get to 500. We're at 449. 449. So the tape never lies.com. Can't thank you guys enough. Over there on the patron side, you get deeper analysis, right, Otis?
Yeah, absolutely, man. 40 minutes, both sides of the ball. It's lovely, man.
There you go. You get that. That's Otis. He's right there. He ain't gonna fucking lie. Ryan Cox, you are a part of the page, and you're gonna get pop-up shows. Obviously, this weekend we're probably gonna see Shane and Phil, probably on Saturday or something like that before the big game. We also go live at halftime. We're gonna have the best draft coverage, and we got a lot of surprises. Obviously, we're doing this live tonight. Keeping it 100. I want to shout out our guys, Shy City Sports, for sponsoring this last bit of business. If you're not familiar with Shy City Sports, here's their show. Steven and Nick.
Shy City Sports.
Hey, it's Steven.
And Nick from the Bearfront Podcast from ShyCitySports.com.
Every week, join us for in-depth Bears talk as we break down the matchups ahead of each week's game.
And join us following every game for what we saw and what we wish we had seen on the Hurry Up Recap.
So subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and stay tuned to ShyCitySports.com for the latest from the Bearfront Podcast. And now, back to Keeping It 100 with Draft Dr. Phil Ottochian and Shane, the smartest man Marsaw.
Shy City Sports, Bearfront Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And that is okay, Phil.
There you go. That is okay. No, this was a long post. I had to put it up here because I can't read without my glasses with the small print. Absolute Green Bay weakness is stopping the run. It's going to be an issue. We have no run game. Hopefully, we lose.
31-9.
He wants us to lose to get Nagy out. I know a lot of people that are thinking like that. Listen, it's been a great show. You guys in the chat, let's give it a round the table shout out. This is Thanksgiving week. I want to wish first and foremost everybody in the chat room who tuned in tonight a happy Thanksgiving. Kiss your loved ones. Hopefully you're able to see them. I'm unfortunately not going to be able to. This is the Spencer Strong shout out segment. And guess what? We have his dad here tonight. If you didn't get to see the emotional story in the beginning, you got to check that out. Keeping it real, keeping it 100. That's what we do. Spencer Strong, say some prayers. Everything's been going great. Why don't we start with you, Ryan Cox? Who's your shout out to?
Well, I got to shout out my beautiful wife. Today's her birthday, actually. So
nice.
Got to shout her out. You just
look at
mentioned
that.
my little guy, Spencer. He wouldn't have made 5% of the progress he's made this far without her. She is amazing. She seems to know the right things to say, the right things to do when I'm just sitting there lost. And so I'm so thankful for her and really everyone. You guys have supported me so much and us so much. I have to shout out you guys. Thank you so much for bringing me on. I had a blast tonight. And for supporting me and my family. I know I haven't said it enough, but I owe you guys a debt of gratitude. Thank you so much again. Spencer, he continues to grow, and thanks for the whole 100 crew. I've heard from so many people that just took a minute out of their day to reach out and just wish us and Spencer well. And I'll never have the time to be able to thank everybody as much as I would.
This for, Ryan.
Yeah.
Just cover everybody.
Absolutely. So if you do see this, you are listening, thank you so much. It means the world just to know that people are thinking of you and empathizing with you and hoping and praying with you. It moved mountains for us. And so thanks to you guys. Thanks everybody. Lawrence, Otis, you guys are awesome. Glad to talk with you guys.
Thanks.
Look at that. You're like a shout out pro. You're almost at my level. Great job. I want to wish your wife a happy birthday, sir. I appreciate that. I'm glad you shared that.
Yeah.
Big O, numero uno. How could we ever forget? You got some shout outs?
Sure. I also want to shout out my wife, Stacy Nichols, and my two daughters, Zanasia and Dakota.
Nice.
My birthday is actually on the 27th, this Friday. So,
look at you.
Sagittarius power.
You're born on Black Friday. You're going to get yourself a TV? What are you doing?
I'm going to stay home, be safe. That's what
There you go.
I hear you, man.
Yeah, man. And I appreciate this, man. It seemed like this is exactly, like my birthday gift, man. Being able to come on the show that I really love, man, and get to spend time with good people, man, talking about a sport I love, And, I couldn't ask for anything better, man. I want to also put another shout out to my church group. We was on there, and I was telling them that I'd be on the show. Hopefully, you get some more people.
Yeah. Do they mind me swearing on the church group?
Look, man, we are people, man.
Okay.
Everyone swears.
Yeah, that's right.
I try not to, but
I tried to talk to.
It's okay. We understand. Everyone has passion, man, and everyone's passion comes out different, and that's more than fine. Okay.
I gotta say,
man,
you brought it tonight, Otis.
Yeah.
Even that
I
answer,
appreciate it.
I was trying to stump you. You knocked that answer out of the park with
man,
keeping
it's
it
easy when
keeping
you're being
it
100. That's
Yeah.
right. It's easy, man. It's
That's
easy
it.
when you're keeping it 100, man. And
Right.
it's like we talk privately, man. You're meeting good people, man. And it just grows, man. You're growing and you're connecting with so many good people, man. And you can't go nowhere but up.
I love you, man. Honestly, I mean that in the reality.
Hey,
of
I love
my
you
truth.
too, brother. I love
I
you
really
too.
do. Friendships grow through real talk, and real, as Lawrence says, real recognizes real. Me and Lawrence hit it off right away. I asked him to do something because I just heard his voice, and I'm like, oh, that's real. He wanted to do something for Shayne. If we way back it up, and I heard his voice, and he was sending a message to Shayne in regards to his wife at the time, and boom, positivity blooms, friendships bloom. Tonight, I'm like, you're like family, all of you guys coming on here. So I appreciate you. I want to doubly shout out your church group, only so I can have some luck for the Bears on Sunday.
That's gonna be
we gotta say
life,
some
new
prayers.
life.
New Life Church, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There you
New
go.
life.
Can I hear one note before we go to Can you give me a little?
Sure.
Give me some.
And when I am.
Yes.
All right.
There we go.
Cox, you're up next. Go ahead, boy.
Now we all gotta sing. Gotta spread the love. Look at the note. All I think of is watching the Apollo, amateur night at the Apollo, and this dude, and everyone's judging him, and he comes out and he just blows these notes. And it was a church song. It was, oh man. I'm going to have to think of it, Otis, and send it to you. It was one of my favorite songs. I'm going to have you sing it, and I'll produce it.
I do a lot of that. So
I didn't know you could sing. I might have to use you on a few things. There we go.
Hit me up.
All right. Lawrence, shout out. The shout out segment, Shane's favorite. You got any shout outs?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna shout all you guys up, man. I appreciate you guys for having me on. Shout out to the whole Tape Never Lies network and anybody who's in the chat listening right now. Hope everyone stays safe. Eat a lot of food because that's what I plan on doing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, so just shout out to everybody. Just stay safe. This COVID thing is real out here. I don't really get into my personal business on social media, any of that, but I actually was a person who experienced COVID. Went through it, survivor of it, and my father's actually in the hospital still right now, suffering through COVID right now. So yeah, his condition has gotten better though, so I am thankful for that though. I've been getting updates throughout the day, so I'm just staying hopeful for him a speedy recovery right now though. But again, man, just shout out to you guys having me on here. It's been fun, man. I love sitting back talking Bears, listening to you guys every week. It's really been an honor, man, to be on here.
Well, our blessings and thoughts and prayers. I know the New Life Church is with me on this, sending you and your father those prayers. I know Shane and Ryan are echoing that. You're a tremendous friend. I've never had the gracious moment to meet you, obviously with COVID, but I just can't wait till there is a cure or this stops, if it does, to meet some of you guys and to be around you and kick it back, have some real live conversations and talks. It's amazing. And I thank you all of you guys for coming on the show tonight, for keeping it 100. Really, you all kept it 100. You know the rules, you know the house. You fucking took off your shoes, you wore your socks, but you kept it 100. And that's what I like. I know my wife is all about taking off your shoes on the carpet. Shane, you got some shout outs.
Yeah, I want to shout out everybody. Phil and I started down this path, ourselves, trying to figure out exactly what we were going to do. It was something that we had always talked about. We got the ball rolling, and we do what we do on here. I know that it seems like everybody that's listening loves it. You guys like to listen to us, which still kind of blows my mind. This is what we do on here is what Phil and I do every day. If you guys, literally, if we recorded a phone call, Phil and I will talk 2 or 3 hours during the day while we're at work, and this is exactly what we do. And what makes it even more important is people like you guys, Otis, Lawrence, Ryan, everybody in the chat. We couldn't do what we do without everybody here. When they say that it takes a village, it really does. And it's not, it's not just Bears fans. It's loyalty. It's everybody showing up each and every week and supporting us and supporting what we do. And we give a special shout out to the patrons of the network, because Phil and I aren't looking to. It was never about putting money in our pocket and running away and going buying things. It's giving us a little extra income that we never made before, so we could provide and do more things for you guys. That's always been our sole focus, and I am so impressed by the fan base and everybody that shows up. I mean, we go live on Bears Hour Live after a game, and we had 17, 18, 1,900, 2,000 people there. And listening to me piss and moan that I'm like, oh man, I got to get up in an hour and 45 minutes and go to work. You know what I mean? And everybody's there listening. So this isn't just a Shane and Phil thing. It's Lawrence, what you do behind the scenes for Tape Never Lies Network. Ryan, huge supporter. Otis jumping on the wagon, #1 patron. Our swag team, everybody, Claudio, Cars, loyal fans that have been with us through thick and thin, like Cherie, for a long time. It really does. Like I said, it takes a village. End of the day, it's football. It's just football. Lawrence gave you some real life stuff tonight, that he dealt with his dad. Ryan, I don't even need to expand on it anymore. Everybody knows what him and his beautiful family has went through. We making a fucking superstar out of Otis over here, and then we find out we're finding out the fucker can sing like an angel too. So this dude's gonna be famous. We're gonna have to get him a show. But thank you to everybody that's involved in this. It's only been half a season, and it feels like it's been a whole lot longer than that. And we're just beginning. That's the best part. We're not going to regress like Matt Nagy led offense does. We're going to keep on building the blocks and keep on going up and up. And we can't do it without all of you guys behind us, pushing us, driving us, giving us, the support and the love and the loyalty that you do each and every week, because it inspires me. I know it inspires Phil. We talk about it all the time. So thank you so much to everybody. And I'm glad you guys are all along for the ride.
Wow. Jeez. Yeah. Is there a place at the New Life Church for Shane?
I get up there.
That's always, man.
Listen, authenticity, as Cherie was saying, is and was the basis. And when you find people, everybody makes mistakes. We all do. We can all point fingers and take cheap shots and be assholes.
Yeah, Phil, jerk.
Yeah. But the reality is who are you when the fucking chips are down? When Leno misses his block? Who are you? Are you the leader? Are you the guy that gets up? Are you the guy that does it every time for everybody? That's the foundation of this network. We started from the bottom. Now we're here. Sounds like a song, Otis, and it is probably. It is. Now, I'm always keeping it 100. It is, as Chubb says, a way of life. And that's, when I made my mistakes in my life, I learned from them. That's humanity. That's how we learn. So tonight, I say thank you to everybody that helped point out my mistakes, that weren't afraid to keep it 100. That's the showcase of a leader and a friend. And that's where we are in this world, because with Ryan dealing with what he's dealing with, there's no weight scale on who's dealing with more. That's the problem in society. All got our phones out. We're all taking pictures of the accident. We're all getting into accidents because we're taking pictures of the accident. And no one's stepping up to be the voice, to be the calm, to be the person that's going to lead. And that's where this network, I felt like we have to lead in a direction, and everyone else is going to copy and mimic, but it's up to people like Otis and Ryan Cox and Dan Kelly and Richard Gordon and Lawrence Fleming to let everybody know, Cherie, Tony, where we are and why it's important. You don't have to be a patron to be somebody that I love. I just want to shout you guys out tonight for keeping it 100 and really bringing this show to something I have no idea what the show was going to be like. But I'm really proud to say I thought tonight was so much fun. Yep. Went a hell of a lot longer than I thought, keeping it 100. But it really brought out an emotional, family, truthful discussion about this team and the frustrations of it. So for you, honestly, I'm thankful on Thanksgiving for you guys as family members, as friends, you guys all in the chat. I'll just sum it up like that. I want to take 1 second to shout out Josh Frederick, Will Maggard, Neil Seeley, Cody Hopkins, Richard Kern, Johnny Lumber, and Tyler Wozniak, who is a defensive coordinator down at this junior college down south. He has his championship game. I want to wish him the best of luck. Big patron subscriber in what we do, recognizing the tape study and the things that we're doing there. I want to thank my wife for everything she does and my family. I'm going to miss my parents this weekend, but I'm going to be here with you guys. I'm always open. My DMs are always open. If something's going on in your life, you need to talk. I know Shane and I are here. You can obviously see. If you want to be a part of the show, want to come on the show, you got to have hype. We'll be bringing you guys on BHL this Sunday. Can't thank you guys enough. What a great night. Thanksgiving. We weren't going to go, and then we went. So, final thought is this. When you rise to the occasion to play your rival, any team could win. When you rise to the occasion, when you play your rival, any team can win. It's up to the head coach to tap in to their personas, their personalities, to have them ready to the fight, because you're outmatched, because they have an offense and you don't. So how you respond as an offensive guru is going to be the showcase of whether or not Matt Nagy has a job here or he doesn't. So a lot of things are going to be resolved on Sunday Night Football. If you're there, you better be here right after with Shane and Phil on Bears Hour Live. It's going to be flames a-flying. That's all I could say.
Smoke weed every day.
Oh, you're talking about different flames. My bad.
Oh, no, not those flames. All right, guys, bear down. Have a great Thanksgiving, all of you guys. You guys stay on for a second. Everybody else, have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for joining us tonight. Leave some comments. Shane will have this uploaded to the YouTube channel because that drama still continues. And we'll speak on that next show because it's outrageous. Anyway, God bless you. Happy Thanksgiving.
This has been a Shy City Sports presentation and a Tape Never Lies Network production. Keeping it 100. Thanks for tuning in to the Tape Never Lies Network.